all day to represent most of us, at least we used to. But at the end of the day, Chucklehead T, Snooter B, Roy, Moan, Frico, Chibo, Big Mo, all of the motherfuckers from here to there, my city to yours, downtown, down to Florida. We in this bitch all day, all day, all day. Y'all can't fuck with us like I said last time. They can't duplicate my fabric. They stopped making my fabric. We're not cut from the same cloth as you niggas. So without further motherfucking ado, we have the originator, the motherfucker that started all of this, the motherfucker that got us all in this shit together, the motherfucking commissioner. Shout out, we got Roy Hogan, team motherfucking commish. Yeah.
How's everybody doing out there today?
I'm doing fine. Got me a little drink. You ain't got amaretto sour, motherfucker.
It's a man's drink. Can't just drink that on a random weeknight. You gotta be. That's a man's drink.
Yeah. We call him a she man. Anywho, so damn. Tell us about yourself. I know you are a 68th Street originator.
Yeah, St. Louis, grew up there, joined the Navy, ended up getting kicked out, came back home,
We gonna
became a
talk
truck
about that.
driver,
We're gonna talk about it. I'm sorry, continue.
became a truck driver, and decided to move to Florida. Doing my thing down here.
Doing your thing down in Florida. So you became a truck driver. We're not gonna go too far. Matter of fact, no, we got to. This is. Somebody told me once that I ask popcorn questions. I don't ask the hard hitting questions. We're gonna get to your Navy time in a minute. Because you didn't really go in depth. I wanted to go in depth. You are my cousin by marriage. Your favorite cousin, my wife. My wife's favorite cousin is you. You were at my wedding. You grew up next door to Moan. Good friends with Chibo. Shout out to Little Ant, that was the homie. R.I.P. my dude. And so it's a nasty rumor going around that your motherfucking ass think you skate better than me, cuz. I'm just saying.
I did skate back in my day. I can still skate. Still got it.
You still got it.
I was out of the crew. I was the best skater. That was my thing. I was the best skater. We grew up. We all had our little fun and this and that. Yeah, Moan's my guy. Chivo's my guy. Chuck Hogan, that's my cousin. You my guy. You married to my cousin, but I knew you before. Grew up. You and Mom went to high school, so when you and Mom hung out, I hung out with y'all. We worked at McDonald's. Y'all got me a gig up there, but then y'all left me.
Hey, real quick, we did leave, but real quick, clear something up. And this is your interview. Go tell her how you want. Who did Tom fuck with more, cuz?
He messed with both of y'all. Both of y'all. I ain't know. When I came up there, I thought it was a little weird, but he fucked with both of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tom, man.
I didn't get the treatment that y'all got. You know what I'm saying? I had to pay for all my meals.
All of them, good.
I could pay for a Big Mac and make it with the big burgers, but I still had to pay.
You had to pay.
The only time I got my shit for free if y'all was there.
I see that. I see. See, this
and
is what I'm saying.
Y'all bounced.
Some shit came up, but okay. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. I ain't gonna stunt. This nigga can outskate me 10 times on Sunday, and I can skate. I'm a motherfucking roller, but I ain't even gonna stunt. I'm gonna clear the air. I've been talking shit about do the motherfucking roller. That's just it. End all be all. Now, you know who can out roll his motherfucking ass? Shout out to TJ. TJ will skate your motherfucking ass. Yeah. She.
No, she skate. I ain't said she can't skate, but she doesn't skate like a girl. It's a
mm,
difference.
okay.
She skate
Now.
like a girl. She a girl. She skate like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's like playing NBA and playing WNBA. It's some WNBA
Ooh.
girls that can
I'm a
hoop.
TJ. I'm gonna play this for you. I'm gonna play this
There's
for you.
some WNBA girls that can hoop.
Mm-hmm.
But NBA is just different. She
Mm-hmm.
just a girl.
Do your thing, man. However you want to say it. So you went to ROTC, which was a naval high school, and you talk about this in the group from time to time. You got to go in depth, this, that, and other, but you didn't go to the neighborhood school, and you've always said it. And you felt it made you better for it, because I know where we was at, and I know
I
how
mean,
far the school was, but you went and you did that shit. So I mean, go for it.
well, my mama didn't want me going to Normandy. And
Mm-hmm.
at the time, to be honest with you, I didn't want to go to Normandy either.
Mm-hmm.
It was trash. Yeah, it was trash.
Shout out to Viking Hall, y'all. Normandy representative, Mr.
But
Frost freshman. Go ahead.
Normandy, Normandy was trash. So my mom didn't want me to go there. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
argue with because I didn't
Uh-huh.
want to go there. So
Right,
she
right.
said my tutu was already at
I
RTC.
love you, baby.
His wife, tutu was already at RTC. She was a year ahead of me. They had already said, this is a nice little school.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody started going there.
Yeah.
After Tutu was first, I
Ch-
came
then
second.
Ching.
King was after me, and
Uh,
then my little sister. Everybody got kicked out except for me.
hey man, don't do that. Don't don't do that.
Everybody got listen. Everybody got kicked out for their own reasons, but everybody got kicked out except for me. That's all I'm saying.
This is you are absolutely correct. This is tell
When
the
you
word
go to
about yourself.
RTC, they tell you an orientation. Look to your
Mm-hmm.
right, look to your
To your
left.
left.
Some of y'all ain't gonna graduate with them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tutu also went to the Navy. I got kicked
Mm-hmm.
out. She did her
So
whole career.
now we're gonna go into that. So you joined the Navy the summer of '95, right? Or did you
Yeah,
go in your junior year?
yeah, I joined. Yeah, I joined right after high school. So, but I ain't go into November
Okay, so you joined right so
of
around May,
'95.
June. And I joined the Army June of '94. I did the delayed entry. I got a year on you, player. Anyway, so you go to the Navy. What's your job in the Navy?
I was an operations specialist. So I basically navigated the boat when we
Mm-hmm.
was out at sea.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever recall? This is around the time that we was, and it was just a conversation in passing. Because everybody was, trying. I was a nurse before it was cool to be a male nurse. I'm talking. The shit was crazy, and I remember saying, "Hey, why don't you do nothing medical?" He's like, "Man, I don't want to do that bullshit." And I'm like, "You want to go on a boat?" And you was like, "Yeah." And then you come back. Well, I think we saw you on one of the leaves. You're like, "That's some bullshit." I don't want. I mean, talk to me.
Look, I wasn't going into the army. I
Hmm.
I don't like being out in the woods
Hmm.
and all that. Plus, I went to a Navy high school. I mean, I
Hmm.
could have went to the army, but I had the little Navy influence,
Hmm.
and it sat right with me. So that was that. I mean, my first couple years was rough, but after the after I got the hang of it, you know, I went into the Navy,
Hmm.
and my plan actually was to do 20 years. But you meet people, you get peer pressure. I let the peer pressure get the best of me, end up
Hmm.
getting kicked out.
Yeah.
I just turned 21. Like I'm a
Hmm.
man now, so
Uh-huh.
that went to my head. Eventually got kicked out.
Just gonna leave it
So
at
that
that.
was
That's
that.
what you. Okay, cool. I ain't gonna push the issue. You I'm gonna say this, y'all. It's a difference between being peaceful and being harmless. Lawrence motherfucking Hogan is peaceful. He come off like that motherfucker's peaceful. We just gonna say that, move that,
You
right?
know what that means. And what you saying?
Huh?
What are you
What am I
saying?
saying?
Yeah.
Basically, like Gandhi. Was Gandhi peaceful or was he harmless?
Wow, I ain't studied gun.
The point is, a person that is harmless, you can't inflict any harm. You can't do anything. A person that's peaceful is capable of committing harm, but choosing to be peaceful. So it's a difference between peaceful and harm. Well, I'm saying, hey,
I was, I was when I was in the Navy, like I said, it was a lot of peer pressure, and I did dumb shit.
okay,
So
we just gonna leave it at dumb shit. We're gonna bore
I
the
was just
people.
doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
But you've
Shit that
evolved.
I could.
Ain't that what you said? You've evolved. You've changed. You've evolved. That's what you told me.
Shit I like. Listen, I regret getting kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I I should have did my 20 bid like I wanted to, but it didn't work out that way. But
Mm-hmm.
it
It is what it is. So
is what it is. Yeah,
getting
basically.
on with the league. You started this shit, man. You had to. I remember when I got in at 15 and we was talking, and I've said this. I've told the story before. You know, you was like, man, I want to build a league where everybody's active continuously. You know, talking shit. You know, making trades. You know, being involved. And by God damn it, nigga, you did that shit. Did
Yeah.
that shit.
Well, I started this league in 2012,
Mm-hmm.
and when I started, it was just Chuck, Chibo brother,
Uh-huh.
Jeremy. I think at the time Jeremy wife was in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I think I just discovered fantasy football,
Mm-hmm.
and Jeremy had been playing for a while. I think Chuck had been playing for a while. So a lot of people that was in there had been playing for a while. So I started the league on the ESPN app,
Mm-hmm.
and that was that. Like nobody really even talked to each other. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't even converse. We just played. I ended up winning it the first year, and to be honest with you, I
Right.
don't even
Shut up.
remember.
Winning the motherfucking league. Yeah.
No, to be honest with you, I don't even remember.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 or 3 years, I know Chuck won it twice early. I won it.
Who's all the forefathers is still here? Bullyfoot's one?
No, Bullyfoot came in around the same time as you. I
Okay. What
met.
about
Yeah,
Gronk?
came in. Gronk came in. What happened? Gronk, the guys that don't know, those guys, some of those guys were, I used to join like my first couple of years, because like I said, I used to play. So I used to be in 30 leagues. I just set lineups. I picked players, set lineups. That was it. Not 30 leagues. And so
Did you always want to be a
as
commish?
I started learning, I would send emails, hey, I'm starting this league. Anybody want to join? Hop on. Some people read the emails, they didn't, blah, 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 blah. And I would notice if they did join the league, I kind of watch how they play.
Mm-hmm.
And if they were the guys like Gronk, uh, Gronk really, there's some other guys that was in that quit, but Gronk has stayed around. There's some other guys like Hells Bells who quit and stuff. Those guys were active. Said was active. So
Shout
I
out to
asked
Sid.
them from another league, hey, anybody want to join this? What's it called? They responded. I brought them in,
Mm-hmm.
and those guys worked out.
Okay. Now
So
you started this in a redraft.
yeah,
You've since have evolved to the dynasty.
they're a dynasty.
Any pros, cons? Any you like prefer one over the other?
Well, the league actually, let me take it back. This league
Mm-hmm.
became serious once I met Wilson.
Shout out to
Miami.
Wilson.
Wilson
Shout out
won
to Black Republicans.
this. This league became serious when I met him. He asked me I used to have a trucking job where I go to Miami every
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday,
Okay.
and I hang out. While they was unloading my truck, I hang out in the back, let them unload. Guys would come back and say what's up, and like seeing me for a whole year or so. They was like, "Hey, you play fantasy football?" Because we used to talk. They was big. That was back in the LeBron days, so they was big Miami Heat fans. I'm a
Okay.
Chicago Bulls fan,
Of
so I'm
course.
going down there talking cash shit. But the Heat, they had LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking cash shit, and they got LeBron. When LeBron leave, once LeBron left, I'm still talking cash shit. We going at it. Everybody had their own little team, so they asked me to join their league, and it was Wilson's league. Join Wilson league,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a normal redraft league, only they did have a little chat
Mm-hmm.
and niggas was talking shit. But cats, like some people were serious, some was not.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good little, it was a cool little league, but everybody didn't participate. So I told Wilson, hey, I got this league, but I want everybody, we join everybody
Mm-hmm.
to play. So Wilson came, Lennox came. There was some other people that came, but they
Mm-hmm.
quit.
Mm-hmm.
But them two was the one that stayed, Lennox and Wilson. And so that's how they joined. And once they came over, I I didn't have enough spots, so I that's when I reached out to you. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you play fantasy football?
Yeah.
Reached out to you. You added some spots, and I think I added that added we added one of your friends who wasn't he wasn't active
Shout
enough, and
out
then
Devani.
said eventually took his spot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it came together. That was all 2015.
Real quick, and I want to put a comma right here, but you said something about the Chicago Bulls, and it got me over here thinking again. We go back a long ways. I'm gonna go back to get to know you. I want to talk about your fucking fascination with basketball and talk about these are hey y'all, we got to go back to this because this is get to know the owner, and I want y'all to know the essence of this motherfucker because I put it out there numerous times. His ass is a fucking sore loser, and we gonna talk about some of this shit. So your now I want to say your fascination, your obsession, not only with basketball, with the arguable GOAT Michael Jordan.
Okay, so I did play basketball.
No, no, fucker.
Everybody
We
in the
played basketball.
neighborhood,
You lived basketball. Call that shit what it
everybody,
is.
everybody in the neighborhood played football. Chivo played football.
Mm-hmm.
Ramon played football. Everybody was a football player. I didn't like football
The
because
real
I
you
ain't like
City
it.
Lions.
Listen, football wasn't for me. I played basketball. I played basketball. I liked it. That was my thing. I was a basketball player. I ain't like football. They like football. I ain't like football. Football, especially in the 80s, the late 80s, the 90s, if you played football, it was
Mm-hmm.
probably because you was psycho.
Mm-hmm. Quick question.
That's
Quick
that's just
question.
it. You have problems.
How many people and how many times have you kicked out the house for losing to Coach K?
None.
He's a okay. Okay.
Listen,
None.
man. I like
Shout out to
playing.
Chibo. Chibo,
I
the comment section is open, Chibo. I'm just saying.
I
Ramon,
got
the
I
comment
got a
section is
story.
open.
Oh, I got a
Okay.
story about Chibo and Coach K.
Okay.
I got a story about. I get to it later. I get to it later.
Okay. Now I got a quick question, and we still don't. We gonna get back to the league in a second. From the hood, pick your starting five and three alternates. From the hood, come on.
As far as hooping,
Yeah,
I, no one would be my boy player.
player. Shout out. I knew it was. Shout out to
No,
player.
player would be my number one guy. Player move to the neighborhood. He's
Hmm.
a lie. He's a good guy. He lied a lot, but he's a good guy, and he hoop. And me and him used to go back and forth
Shout out to
playing basketball.
player.
Dude, He was good. He had his flaws here and there, but Player was a really good basketball player.
Player coming
He,
off at the number one at point guard. Player, shout out player.
he,
Yeah.
he, he, now, he wouldn't be my point guard, but
Oh,
he'd be my wing guy.
okay.
My point guard would be Ramon.
Mo, shout
Ramon,
out Mo, dropping dimes, Mo. And I played with Mo in high school, and we played with him on the block together.
he was slow.
Stumpy.
He was slow as a mug, but he know how to handle the rock. And when we played, he ran the offense. That's why I wanted the ball in his hand.
Right.
He knew what to do with the ball. He knew when to shoot it when he felt like shooting. He knew when to pass it.
He gonna go out there, but get him.
After Ramon, it would be Rico.
Okay.
Now, my motto with Rico is fuck Rico.
Fuck Rico.
My motto. But Rico, he can shoot.
He could.
He ain't gonna do nothing else. This motherfucker will not do a layup or go into the hole to save his life.
Rico was too pretty for that bullshit. He ain't going to motherfucking hole and get bugged down there. What the fuck?
How many is that? That's 3.
Yep. Player, Moan, Frico.
And then 4 would be Kevy Kev.
Shout out to Kevy Kev.
Kevy Kev was a dog. Like
a dog. Kevy Kev was he was that energy. He gonna come out there talking that shit.
Hey, motherfucker, every bit of 5'6".
At best.
A fucking dog. Strong as a motherfucker.
Hey, man.
And then, I mean, there's nobody else really hooping. After that, it's you. Chibo, I never seen Chibo hoop for real. I'll be honest.
Ooh, Chibo, the comment section is open.
Chibo, I'm sure Chibo can hoop. I just ain't never seen him hoop.
The comment section is open.
I ain't never seen Chibo hoop.
It's sad. Look, so we gonna get back to the league.
I'm sorry. Listen, he say one day he hit like eight shots in a row. I don't know.
You wasn't there. He gonna say ask Rico.
No.
So we're gonna go get back to the league. I just wanted to talk about because we gonna dip in and out. Because not only again we've been friends. I've known him longer than I haven't for literally more than half my life. Probably 2/3 of it. I'm married to his cousin. We go back. So we're gonna go in and out. I just gotta understand this is this family here. So redraft dynasty. Where we at? What you like?
So the league, it started as a redraft league. And then it eventually went into the little dynasty. And it everything is went into stages. And we've been moving it along every year as something gets added.
We change the scoring.
It gets transformed.
Tweaked it.
And I mean, every so year or so, we add on a little something and we taking it slow, but it has developed into a really good league. And we got pretty much 16 players that we trust. So we can do stuff without feeling like, oh, they're going to take advantage of trading future picks. And then
we're gonna talk about some take advantage. Now is this where when you sat down in your Roy brain, is this what you envision? Is this what it is? Is it better than what you thought it would be?
It gets a little better, but also I learned a little bit because I'm a truck driver. So when I'm at work, I actually listen to a radio show that's
strictly fantasy football.
Right. So I hear other opinions and this and that.
You need to get you one of these. Untuck your dust.
Because like some of the stuff we doing now, I'm gonna be honest, some of the stuff that we finna do, like the salary cap as far as bidding on players, Wilson
Mm-hmm.
asked about doing this in 2018.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. Shout out to
Yeah.
Wilson. Shout out with the foresight.
But the league really wasn't ready for it. And some of the stuff that he was saying doing, ESPN wasn't even allowing us to do. So
Mm-hmm.
some of the stuff we're doing is because ESPN has grown also.
Okay.
So yeah, every year they grow a little bit more. So the league grows a little bit more.
Still didn't answer the question. Was this what you envisioned, or is it better or worse? Or I mean, what you
Better
got?
than what I envisioned, but where we at is definitely the redraft league is fine. I like the redraft league, but one thing that upset me that I noticed about the redraft league is
Mm-hmm.
once teams are out of it,
They don't
they be
give a
like,
fuck.
yeah, they be like, and then you just come back the next year because it's like, all right, I gave you 8 good weeks. I'm 1-7.
Nah.
Fuck this shit.
Fuck it.
See you next year. So
Mm-hmm.
you just get to wash away your sins. Come back, get to come back all fresh and new. With this dynasty, you talk your shit,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't wash away your sins. So if you fuck up, you gotta come back
You
the
gotta
next year
own
and
that
fix.
shit.
You
Cause
gotta fix what you
everybody,
fucked up. Yeah,
everybody talking about that.
that's what
Shout
I
out,
didn't like. And then,
shout out to
with
CEH. Shout out
like
to
with the
Eric.
then with teams gonna go through their ups and downs. So I
Shout
mean,
out to Ross.
it's a good and it's a bad, but yeah,
Yeah.
so that's where the dynasty part came in. I didn't like people just I get to just start over.
Yeah, you
I
can't be like a what was that, a Stony and set it off. You can't just get in the shower and wash motherfucking Nate off. You can't do it, motherfucker. You gotta own that shit.
yeah, I ain't like that. I ain't like that. Just I get to start over.
Hmm. All right, so
So
now I usually would talk about this a little bit later, but now that we've evolved into the salary cap, what was it that made you to say, you know what, I think we ready. We ready to move to the next level. And what was it, that solid 16 that you was like, these motherfuckers is here. Because when you really get down to it, like Sparks Bucks, he came back, but he's here. You got Walker, he a rookie, but that motherfucker ain't going nowhere. But you got Black Republic's been here since day one. King's been here since Brian brought him in and bought the team. The World Bitch been here since the Lowe's days. Said, Moan, Chibo, Brian, these motherfuckers ain't going nowhere. Chuck,
what
Gronk.
what really did it for me is when we introduced trading future picks.
Mm-hmm. That was what, a
So
couple of years
that's
ago.
something that yeah, that's something that ESPN don't do.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN don't do, but we did it and nobody has got screwed. Nobody's came back and said, I remember I made this trade and we
Mm-hmm.
keep our records and ESPN has a little thing that allows us
Hey,
to keep our records.
the
And we
commish
keep,
keeps a motherfucking log. That is the Bible up there. And like you said, ain't nobody said, nah, nigga, I got fucked on this. He
right.
keeps he keeps meticulous records on those future trades. So shout out to King Commish. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
ahead and
so
give you that.
that, that really was the start of it. And so we moved it from 1 year to 2 years. And now this year we're going 3 years. And that'll probably be it because I mean 3 years is a good long time, but now you got the ability to trade 3 years out,
Mm-hmm.
and as we have seen these future picks, guys are loving taking the picks, guys are loving making the trade,
Mm-hmm.
giving up the picks, and it's working, and teams has the ability to change their dynamics because one thing, like I say, you don't get to wash away your sins, but if you feel like working, you can work it away.
Mm-hmm. I like
So
that analogy though. That is perfect. You can't wash away your sins. Like, and the redraft league was just that. I fucked up this year. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get that motherfucker I missed out on next year because guess what? I got the early pick, or we gonna see where the draft land me, in the snake and shit like that. But now You gotta own it. You gotta
You gotta
live
live
with
it.
that.
You gotta live it. And
Yeah.
you know,
You gotta live with those Swift or Fitzpatrick trades. You gotta live with that motherfucker CEH, Ruggs and Akers. You gotta live with Ross. You gotta live with these and this is just motherfuckers off the top of my head, but I'm not lying. So
I think the best example, and I was gonna save it for later, but I think the best example is Brandon.
Brandon,
Brandon is
okay.
my guy. Brandon is my guy.
Shout out to the
Brandon,
People's Champ. Shout out to the motherfucking People's Champ.
Brandon has some terrible picks. Right? Like you my guy. And I never said this. You my guy.
Oh shit!
Let me
He
go
gonna
in on him.
he get these motherfuckers.
Let me go in on him. And I was like, man, if Brandon just would have did this, and this, Brandon would be killing the league. You know what I'm saying? That
Mm.
Justin Jefferson
Hey,
miss.
can you say the rest of that before we get to him?
Okay.
I please. Oh
But
God. Oh
but my
shit.
point is, I was gonna say, well, my point is with Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
though he done had some terrible misses,
Mm-hmm.
he worked and he right there. So
We gonna talk about it.
making a terrible trade, if you're willing to work, making a terrible trade ain't gonna kill you.
Mm.
Because Brandon, he right there. I mean, last 2 years, 4-3 on the finish. So it just if you're willing to work, put in the work.
I
And
think
you
a
know,
couple of them trades took him to the Mosey Wozy. I'm just saying. Yeah. Oh yeah.
yes, I
We gonna
think
get into it. We gonna get.
Brandon got one of the teams that I'm
You mind if
nervous about.
you mind if I smoke during your interview?
I mean,
Shit gonna happen anyway. All right, so we go on into um team philosophy. You do an abundant amount of trades. And I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm just gonna take my synopsis of it. You, and I say this to the people. Come here, people. I'm gonna lean in and talk to the people real quick. I want to tell y'all, there's no move that he makes. There's no post that he posts. There is no advice that he gives that on some point and or another will come back to benefit Team Commish. This isn't the co-commish talking. This isn't a host of the show talking. This is a motherfucker that has known this dude for over 3 decades. And this motherfucker is calculated. He's concise. And nothing he does or says does not end up benefiting him some way, shape, or form. So I give the mic back to you, sir.
listen, as far as the trade, like I do a lot of trades. I throw stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff I throw out there. People don't even they don't like it or it's not for them. But you know, most of the trades, I do a lot of trades. I do a lot of trades. If you want to know my team philosophy,
My moves
is
then made moves. That's your motherfucking team philosophy.
I like to acquire here's my team, but really, I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give y'all some game.
Mm-hmm.
What I like to do is acquire as much talent as possible. Like,
and in the process, he takes motherfuckers to the
I
Mosey
had a talent flowing where I've got 4 or 5 guys on my bench.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I got a starting lineup that's great. And I try to work with it. But then listen, if I see a team that's not competing, but they got a really good player, I'm gonna come after that really good player.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna offer them what they need. And that's where it gets turned into where I'm raping them.
Yes, no, you take them to the Mosey Wozy. Yes, all I'm saying, yeah. You hateful 8 motherfuckers. That's what you doing.
Let me tell you, here's the thing.
Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. Mood is back.
I love it. I watched all these interviews that came before me, and I love the Mochi's bow up. I don't really pay attention to what everybody else do. I do my own thing.
Oh shit! Hey y'all, that's a shot. That is all y'all motherfuckers that said that. That's him coming to chop. But I'm listening.
That's what they say. I don't really do. I don't really do. I don't really trip off what everybody else do. I kind of do my own thing. So I hear you. I hear you. But the truth of the matter is,
Uh
when I go to make my
huh.
trades,
Uh huh.
when I go to make my
Uh
trades,
huh.
I done looked at your team.
What?
You you didn't look at your team. So when I offer you those players, you know you need them. You know you want them because you seen your two flexes, which giving you five.
What?
You seen your two flexes was giving you 5 and 4 points, and you looked over at your opponent, and his flex gave him 15 and 18. And you like, this
Mm,
motherfucker, these motherfuckers cost me the game. I see it. You
you
see it.
see it? Oh
So
shit!
when I offer you those players, you like, hell yeah. And you take the deal. Everybody else like, oh, he's fucking you. He fucking you. But you like, you ain't watched my last game.
My
These
last two
motherfuckers is
games.
who I want, right? Not only, okay, yeah, I'm giving him my best player, but I'm gonna replace that with I'm giving him an A play.
Uh huh.
He's giving me three B's and a C.
Mm
B. My flexes is killing me.
hmm.
So what?
Mm
I got the best player when
hmm.
I'm
Mm
losing every fucking game.
hmm. Mm hmm.
So
And
they
that.
do the trade, and not only do I defend the trade, they defend the trade. You know
Yeah.
why? Because they see their team. You might not see their team,
I'm in a
but
bind,
they
Nate.
see their team.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
They see their team. They know they. I got the Gronk trade was a perfect example, and
We was gonna get into that, but it's your world,
we
squirrel. Go
can
on
get.
ahead.
No,
I'm a.
we can get. I think the Gronk trade was a perfect example. He had two superstars,
Uh huh.
and that was it. The rest of his team was trash. It was trash.
Trash. Damn, was
It
it
was
trash?
trash. And
And that
here's
motherfucker
another.
went and made that trade like the week of me. Not even the week before me. It was like the week of me. It was like on a Wednesday. That shit stung like a motherfucker, and that motherfucker
It was.
beat my
It was.
ass.
It was tragic.
It was
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna
Hey,
tell you how
I'm
I
gonna look
know it
that
was
game
tragic.
up. Why you keep on talking? I'm gonna look that game up.
I'm gonna tell you how I knew. When I looked at, hold on, hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on.
This should be interesting. Well, while he over there doing whatever he doing. He could have told me to go ahead and pause it, but he didn't. So you just got me and hey, this is what it's like working with Team Commish. So I'm looking up the Gronk game. I want to say it was like week 8, some shit like that. No, week 8 was El Patron, maybe it was week 7. Yeah, Gronk. Yeah, it was tragic. Gronk beat the ass kickers 218 to 259. He broke his whole foot off. Mark Andrews, who he had just got the trade, got 23 points. Ford, who he had just got the trade, got him 21. Carlos Sutton, who he had just got in the trade, got him 21. And he went out there and beat the ass kickers whole motherfucking ass in week 7. That's the week he did that trade with UC Lions and Team Commish for Barkley and CMC. You have returned. You could have said, "Hey, dog, pause this. Ready to go
My
take a
bad.
shit or something?"
Nah, forget my charger had a
But
throwback
I'm gonna
charger.
go ahead and then share this real quick and let everybody see my shit. All right, here we go. So this is where Gronk came out there and had, like I said, Mark Andrews 23, Ford with 21, Sutton with 21, and beat the motherfucking ass kicker's ass. And that trade is what catapulted him into where he finished. Carry on,
Yeah.
sir.
Now, before that trade, though, before that
Mm-hmm.
trade happened, it was tragic. I
Mm-hmm.
used to I used to look at his teams, because I'm a food rankings crew. So every Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of give
Hey,
a little summary.
shout out to the Rankins crew. You do an amazing job every Tuesday during the season. And last season, I'd like to thank you for coming in on what was that, the Thursday morning precap.
Yeah.
Um, and you do a phenomenal job on the rankings. Everybody not pleased with the rankings every week, but motherfuckers sit there and wait for that shit. And I just wanted to go ahead and give you some flowers on that because that shit it's time consuming. And I ain't even gonna stunt. Me personally, if I was you with the new platform and whatnot, I would go ahead and put that shit out on video because you do a lot of typing, dog. But however you want to do it, I'm sorry. Continue, my brother, for the stop of your wisdom.
No, but appreciate it. But I used to watch it. I used to watch his squad, and his big dogs would go off,
Hmm.
but everything they did was normally offset because his
He was the two.
flexes
He was the two
terrible.
flex motherfucker you was talking about. Go
It
ahead, tell
was
the truth.
terrible. And it wasn't because he wasn't trying.
Hmm.
And that's how. So when I offered him that trade, that's how I knew who to offer. It wasn't because he wasn't trying. I watched every Wednesday
Hmm.
when the waiver wire came out. I read. I wake up in the morning,
Hmm.
take my little morning, dump or whatever, and I read who people put in a trade for, put in a claim for,
Hmm.
see who got it, see who they got after they couldn't get their guy,
Hmm.
or this or that. He was trying.
That's a more free game, y'all.
He
Everybody
was
don't do
putting
that.
he was
It's one.
putting in the claims.
Hold on
He
one
was putting
second.
in the work.
This is free game, y'all. If y'all, it's one thing to go ahead and see who picked who and who got the guy that you was trying to get, but go out there and see who put who priority and who got who and what did they miss and who did they get. That's free game, y'all. I do it. It is what it is. Continue, my
Yeah.
brother.
So he was putting in the work. So
Mm-hmm.
when he finally came to the realization and he put Barkley up for Trey. It was actually not in the main chat, it was in the WhatsApp chat.
Mm-hmm.
He put Barkley up for trade. I didn't need Barkley.
I didn't like the trade for you.
I didn't need Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really want Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And that was but I made the offer. And I
Mm-hmm.
made the offer because of Brian.
Mm.
Brian is one of my biggest rivals.
I was gonna get
Uh,
into that. Shout out to the
yeah,
U City Lions and Brian. Hey, shots fired. I'm going to do it now because it's coming. It is coming.
Brian,
You
one of
are
my
the
biggest
greatest and biggest rival of this motherfucker. So it is what it is.
Brian, one of my biggest rivals. So I made that offer because I didn't want Brian to get Barkley with a bullshit offer.
Mm-hmm.
Put it out there. No, he put that trade out there. Nobody said nothing. I know how you niggas think. I know nobody publicly said a fucking word. So I immediately said, all these motherfuckers going back line. Every last
Mm-hmm.
one of these
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers going back line.
Mm-hmm.
So if he got to the point where he just letting y'all know
Mm.
Barkley's for sale, all these motherfuckers ain't said a word going back line, I publicly put out my offer and I made sure I made that motherfucker a great offer. So if y'all throwing bullshit, everybody already seen.
What you offer? I will say this. One thing about Team Commish and how you operate, you said you got a few quotables. One thing I've heard you say, don't think about what you losing, think about what you gaining. And if that ain't some rapist ass shit, I don't know what the fuck it is. But use a fucking pimp and pimp make motherfucking hoes make that shit make sense. But secondly,
Renegotiation things are
you
secret.
secondly, one thing you've always said, I'm gonna do my deals in public because the only thing that can beat my trade
It's a better trade.
is a motherfucking better trade. And I fucks with that. Brian,
Yeah,
you
because,
sneaky bastard. That's why you
yeah,
like staying
because
back
listen,
line.
I
Cause you's
make
a
you.
motherfucking sneaky bastard. And at the end of the day, motherfucker, when he started doing that shit, that made my heart sing, cause I was like, this at the end of the day, don't think be the good trade is the better trade. So what y'all gonna do? And I
Yeah, I
fucks
do
with
that
that.
because for one, I know everybody's going back line.
Hmm.
And
And
if
on,
you can
and
beat,
on everything, at the end of the day, we always say, "Oh, nigga, you getting fucked? Why you gonna sit up and do that, this, that, the other, just to murky up the water? We gonna muddy the waters a little bit."
if you can beat my trade,
Uh huh.
you giving up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I
Cause you
acquire
giving up
all
a
that
lot.
talent.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can beat what I didn't get, what I'm offering, you giving up a whole bunch, and I
Mm-hmm.
can live with that.
Mm-hmm.
But another reason, and this goes back to the league as a
Okay.
whole, because this is as being the commissioner of the league, this is something that I struggle with. I want to beat y'all every game. I want to win every fucking game. I want to win every title. I want to win 4, 5 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my league.
Mm-hmm.
So when other people win, it's good for the league. If I'm the only person winning in this league,
Mm-hmm.
everybody gonna be like, this your league, this and that. At the
Mm-hmm.
beginning when the league first started, the big thing was, oh, this your league, you ain't even win. And that shit used to eat me up
I,
because
I told y'all this motherfucker sore loser. If you touch, it's like
no,
it's no, yeah, 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 it is. It's like
it used to eat me up because
George McFly. Are you chicken? Are you chicken? And he just goes in a rage. You didn't even win your motherfucking league, and he went in a goddamn rage. Say
it
I'm
used
lying.
to, it used to upset me because I need everybody to win.
Mm-hmm.
Not I don't need it, but it's good. Like Bullyfoot's won this year. It was
Okay.
good for the league that Bullyfoot's won. And I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you why I know it's good for the league when other people win. Let's go into a little story time.
Story time.
Me and my boy Chibo,
Chibo.
we
Shout out to
play
Chibo.
we play Coach K.
2128.
We play Coach K all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We played so much that I came up with this was before these games offered it. Came up with, hey man, me and you gonna start our own season. You pick so many teams, I pick so many teams, and we'll make a schedule. We had a schedule.
That's called
We had a
foresight.
playoff format. We had a whole league, and we was gonna play our league, and it was fine. It was great. We was playing, he was winning, I was winning, we was winning. It was great. But then
Mm-hmm.
I went on a fucking heater.
Mm.
Whooping his ass.
Whooping Chibo
Whooping his ass.
ass. Whooping his ass.
Whooping his ass. Listen, serious. I went on the heater where I won like 6 games straight. 6 games straight, just killing. Tebow fired up. You know what happened?
What happened?
This nigga got busy. Hey, Chibo, let's go. We got that game tonight. Oh, I got something to do. I'll holler at you a little later on. Didn't hear from this nigga for 4 or 5 days. Get to
Oh.
the point where it go weeks before this nigga would come back. And I knew it. He was hot. I was worrying his ass. I'm feeding his best teams with some of my shitty team. And it was eating at him. So I say all that to say this. If I dominate too bad, the league gonna go to shits.
That's what
Cause
you
everybody
can.
gonna be like,
Chibo, the comment
everybody gonna be
section is
like,
open.
this your league, and you the only one winning, this, that, and the third.
Mm.
This is my league. I do, and I understand. I have the best advantage over everybody in the league,
Because why?
and that is because I can speak or I can get in contact with everybody.
It's true.
So if I want to do a trade with this person or that person
Mm-hmm.
that you might not have access to, you got to come to me and
Mm-hmm.
tell me to reach out for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I try to give everybody information, but
Mm-hmm.
for
You do.
some reason, some people just can't get in touch with this person, or they want to do a trade, but some trades need to be talked about
Mm-hmm.
before actually sent.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I want to do a trade with you, but I need to talk to you first.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what
Which
you
which
think
is
about
which
this?
is why we doing these. So it puts a name with a face, a person with a. You get to know what they like and how. This is why we doing this, and I fucks with that. Sorry, go.
So I'm saying I know I have that as far as an advantage. So, but what
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to say is, like, be honest with you. Let's be. We can get to it like we jumping all over the place, but the best thing to me that happened to this league, it was one of the worst things to me
Mm-hmm.
personally, was Lennox going back to back.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also one of the best things because it made all of us step our game up because we was all chasing him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we was chasing him hard.
Shout out to the
Chasing
world
him hard.
boss.
We was chasing them hard. And everybody stepped their game up.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody started realizing I need this, I need that, and I need to do it this way or that way, and start doing the Rubik's Cube to work for them.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody feeling like they can win if, like, like Bullyfoot's winning, you won. Not just the same people winning
Mm-hmm.
every year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And but like I say, that's my personal dilemma because I'm not gonna let y'all beat me if you can't. Yeah,
You finished what,
and
5 years in a row top five? I fucks with that.
before we go any further,
Mm-hmm.
I am the GOAT. Okay?
Oh shit!
I am the GOAT.
Whoa!
I'm the
Whoa!
greatest.
Whoa!
I'm the greatest player this league has ever seen.
Mm.
Okay, I only got two championships, but the last 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
all top five finishes.
Top, yep,
Top
7 years.
five,
Top five.
top five. The last seven. I can break them down. I got a
Wow.
16 in one season.
Mm-hmm.
I got a season where I won every award in 2022. I
Mm-hmm.
won every major award. The first person to ever do that.
Cinco
I
Crown.
finished. I finished top five since 2017. I've been top five final finishes every year. So listen, my resume is impeccable. I won 3 BR titles, 3 Team of the Year. That means the best record throughout the whole year. I won 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else has got more than I think. I think Jeremy got 2. Jeremy might have 2. Nobody else got more than 1. I got
Mm-hmm.
3 of them. I got 3 BR titles. Nobody else got more than 1.
Right.
I'm running this motherfucker, and I want to win a championship every fucking year.
Okay.
But it's great when Brian won and beat me. It was crushing,
Shout out to Brian.
but it was good for the
Awesome.
league. It was great for the league when he won.
Mm.
Chibo won his. Chibo should have had 2. You
Chibo.
stopped it.
I stopped
You
it?
stopped it.
Oh, please do tell.
But I mean, the year you went to the championship, and Chibo had the
2018.
best. Chibo had the best team
Oh, the
I've
stat
ever
correction.
seen in my life on this day.
Yeah.
He had the best team, top to bottom. Chibo defense was outscoring people's offense
It
by
was
itself.
a lot.
And
Wild.
he had one bad game.
Mm-hmm.
And that was week 15 against you.
Uh-huh.
And he
Yeah,
lost.
he lost. Shit. Hey,
Next
shit
two
happened.
next 2 weeks to that, his team was back to 250, 260. It was ridiculous. Like,
Oh man. Oh
so
man. I remember that game. Shout out to Chibo. Hey, Chibo, you the homie, dog. I always remember you. Yeah. So let's. You did all of that. We do, which we learned a lot about. But basically, end of the day, what's your team philosophy? You like vets? You like rookies? You like a mixture of the two? Do you feel you draft well? And I'm gonna answer my.
my draft been hit or miss.
Your drafted is trash.
No, I had some good picks, but they've been hit or miss. But listen, I don't have a lot. I like going after the best players.
You like going after the big fish.
So I'm gonna come after your players if I get a chance, and that's
We
everybody.
will wear you down.
Everybody, listen. My whole team
Your whole team is
pretty
from
much
fucking
played.
trades.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let's get into it. I want to go ahead and shit. We got time.
So I don't have. I like. Listen, some of these players I would have drafted, but
Mm.
I traded away my draft picks for a good
Mm.
player.
Mm.
So that, that's
Real.
how it is. Like a
All
perfect
right.
example.
I'm finna go with your
Perfect
offense.
example.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Here's a
ahead.
perfect example for me. In the draft process,
Mm-hmm.
I did somewhat sort of like a Myron St. Brown,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't sure on him.
Mm-hmm. I was.
I wasn't sure on him. I mean, he went in the second round. I wasn't sure on him.
At what,
So,
18?
I think he was around 20. I think he got around 20, 21,
Okay.
somewhere around there. Listen, of my ride was, listen, he
You didn't
wasn't,
like his brother. And we'll start with that. That's what made you
brother
kind
was
of.
trash.
His brother was
His brother
trash.
still trash.
So you was like,
But what I'm
ah.
saying, he wasn't the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't in the draft, put it like that. That draft was loaded.
It was.
He wasn't the guy. And it was like, do I take him? He was high on my board at the beginning, but as the process went by, he just fell down.
Mm-hmm.
And then he turned out and he had 2 great seasons with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that trade came along the way it came along.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact when he became available, I went and got him.
Okay.
Same with Patrick Mahomes.
I'm going to go
Tebow
through.
had Patrick Mahomes. He traded him to Brandon.
I'm finna go through all of these, and you can tell the story. A quick story on each one. We got Patrick Mahomes at your quarterback. I'm going through your entire offense. Ain't you know the only motherfucker on your offense that you drafted? Tell me.
Tell him.
Yeah, who's the only motherfucker on your offense that you drafted?
Walker. I drafted
Lied.
Walker.
You didn't Walker. It's Pitts, motherfucker. That's who it was. That's the only. Yeah, that's the. Yeah, that's the only. Patrick Mahomes trade. Saquon Barkley trade. Jalen Waddle trade. Puka Nacua trade. Amon St. Brown trade. T. Higgins trade. Kenneth Walker trade.
That was a trade.
Pitts is the only motherfucker on your offense starting that you draft, and you draft horrible. Matter of fact, I would be remiss. This one motherfucker told me at one point, I don't ask the hard-hitting questions. Motherfuckers want to know about the restart of the draft for Cook. Talk about it. Yeah, we got time. Yeah, we all in there.
Okay. So I didn't agree. That was back in the early days of ESPN. So I went to go. They had ESPN used to have during the draft. Sometimes had a lag. So I went to press Cook. Listen, I had the second pick in the draft.
Every time this motherfucker say "listen," it's the bullshit. But continue.
No, everybody named Mama. I told everybody named Mama. This was in 2017. Told everybody, their mama, I'm drafting Cook. I'm drafting Cook. Cook's my guy. I would go if I had the number 1 pick. I'd be too scared not to draft Fournette, but I got the number 2 pick. I'm drafting Cook. I'm drafting Cook, not CMC. I'm drafting Dalvin Cook. Comes to the draft time.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing hit me. I'm trying to hit Cook.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, the lag made it hit Woodward, whatever the fucking guy, a white running back who played for the Chargers. And I remember I hit it. I looked. I was standing up when I did it. I looked and I sat down, and I was depressed. What happened? Remember from because I told you I used to be in like 30 leagues. Remember another guy in the league stopped the draft, reset it to a certain point, and started. And I remember quickly that you could do that. And that's exactly what I did. I'm not gonna make no bones about it. Listen, had I not done that, this league was done. I wasn't playing. Nobody else was gonna be having Cook. Okay, so
he was gonna reset that. He was gonna drop. He not bullshitting, y'all. He was gonna drop everybody. There was going to be no. We would not be here today.
I would delete the league. I was not playing without Cook. I would have deleted the league. So,
you heard it here, people. You heard it here.
Yeah, I did that. Okay. Wasn't cheating. I fixed the mistake. And in the early beginning of this league, I fixed so many mistakes.
You did.
So many people.
Brian twice or 3 times.
Cheapo dropped CMC.
Yeah, he did. I mean, you fixed it.
Accident. That's fine. At the end of the year, guys, when we tell them we going dynasty, don't drop. I gave people 10 warnings.
You did.
Do not drop a player at the end of the year. This is a dime. Do not drop somebody because you got a losing team. And what did they do? They drop them. And I had to reach out to them. Hey, it's a dynasty. We coming back with the same players. Do you want to drop? Oh, my mistake. Put them back on their team. No harm, no foul.
I remember you did that Jerick McKinnon for me. Yeah. When he it happens. And I'll say this, we give you a little heat, we give you a little, some talking shit, but for the most part, you are a pretty fair commissioner. You you go out there, you give warnings, you give people the opportunity to fix their mistakes. So shout out to Commish. You do your thing, man. I'm gonna give you flowers on that too. I'm gonna ask you how you study, but I know how you study. You don't study on fucking rookies. You study teams. But I ain't gonna take that. I want to know, cause see, again, we just gonna go with you. I'm gonna show these motherfuckers, cause this is real motherfucking spill.
But I do study. I do study, and like I tell you, I'm a truck driver. So from every morning, from 6 a.m. when I start to about 10 a.m., I listen to a fantasy football show, and they cover everything. They cover Senior Bowl. They cover the draft. They cover free agency. They cover everything. So the Puka Nacua trade that I did with Chibo, I've been hearing about Puka Nacua since the Senior Bowl. But I also have been hearing the same guys who was telling me Puka Nacua was so great. They also said Sky Moore was great too, and Sky Moore ended up being a bust. So I have to take some of the stuff they say with a grain of salt, because I went hard after Sky Moore.
But you kept hearing that name.
But Big Lawrence didn't want. Everybody thought Sky Moore was gonna be the guy. He failed. So with the Puka Nacua thing, it was kind of like, But after that first game, he really showed out. I went hard after Puka Nacua.
You got the number 4 wide receiver in all the land for pocket land.
And what pocket land?
Oh,
Tebow, I know that
if you
here's
say
nothing.
he got paid handsomely, I'm gonna jump through this motherfucker screen and choke your ass out.
Tebow
You
had,
you took
listen,
Chibo. Yeah, yes you
no,
did.
no. Tebow had, and this is where knowing the league
Mm-hmm.
pays off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tebow has a tail. And if you are one of these guys like
Free game,
Chuck,
y'all.
both of the Chucks, Chuck Hogan and Chuck Walker,
Mm-hmm.
both of them like to say, I'm only worry about myself. But if you pay attention,
Mm-hmm.
Tebow Burgers
Mm-hmm.
cannot stand being out here without a backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
He
I had
gave
that
up a
same
first
Achilles heel.
he gave up a first round pick for Daniel Jones.
That
A first
is
round
a
pick for Daniel
fucking
Jones.
shot. You are a lousy black bastard
Oh
to
no, he
that.
did. That's something that he did.
Those
So
are facts.
when he went looking, when he can't, he I told him I wanted Puka Nakua. Let me tell you a backstory about this
Shit,
Puka
your show
Nakua
didn't
trade
it?
that don't nobody know.
Chibo, the
Me and
comment
Tebow,
section is open. The
but
comment
me and Tebow,
section
the
is open.
night the night before we made the trade,
Mm-hmm.
me and Tebow was on the phone. Matter of fact, it was that Sunday when Puka Nakua went off.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, I was talking to Chibo. I was like, hey, Puka Nakua went off. I said, Chibo, I want Puka Nakua.
Okay.
Let's do a trade. He was like, I wish you would give me for him. I was like, I don't know. I like, I give you pickings or those. He's like, I don't think you really know what you're saying.
I'll tell you.
Uh,
Can I tell you right? Why you gonna tell the story? Puka, that was week 4, right?
Now it's week one.
No, week 1 he went off for 25. Then week 2 he went
That
off for 34.
no,
Week
I
3
traded
he
for
uh-huh.
listen.
Uh-huh.
I traded for Puka Nakua after week one.
Okay, when he went 25.
Told I told Chibo after week one,
Uh-huh.
I need to do this trade with you before week two start. Because
Mm.
after week two, you gonna know what you got. And
Uh-huh.
I'm talking to him, I'm telling him this on the phone. It's not
Yeah.
in the chat room. We on the phone. I said, Chibo, you got gold.
Mm.
I want Puka Nakua
Okay.
before week two. Because if I wait,
You
you're
gonna know
not
what
gonna
you
trade them to me. If
mm-hmm.
I wait, you not. And I even told him a story about you doing it to him. I said,
Mm.
I said, Chibo, remember when you tried to trade for Darren Waller, but you waited till after week one. Week one, Darren Waller went off with 16 catches for 120
Yeah.
some yards.
I
And
remember that.
when you came back to him, or he was, I'm keeping.
Nah. Hey, real quick, I was just talking to Lord Hate the other day, and he was talking some stuff, and I was like, listen, a lot changes in 10 minutes. You got to jump, and if you want to do something. Anyway, but I'll say this that week 1, 10 receptions on 15 targets, 119 yards, 25 points. You
And I
trade
told him,
that next week against that San Francisco defense, he went 147 yards, 15 receptions on 20 targets for 34 points. It was crazy.
I told Tebow I needed that trade. So that next day, we was in
Mm-hmm.
the chat room
Mm-hmm.
and we got the deal done because Tebow wanted a backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And A Chain was actually, because I knew he wanted a backup quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
A Chain was the fluff.
I forgot about that motherfucker.
He was the fluff. But I told it, and this word gets, I don't understand it like I'm shitting on Chibo, but I'm shit on
Sound like
Chibo.
it.
But I'm a shit on him anyway. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
seem like I'm doing it, but I am gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
After that trade was happening, because
Mm-hmm.
listen, after that trade happened and it went through, we negotiated a deal, it was done. I remember Chibo coming back in the room saying, Roy, now the trade is done. Tell me why you really made the trade. And I'm like, Chibo, I fucked you. But everybody was like,
Oh,
no,
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I said, but everybody was like, nah, Chibo got over. Why would you trade? That could have been a week one fluke. You traded a starting quarterback for a week one fluke. Yeah, Chibo got over, and I'm like, I won the trade. I won the trade.
Because I
And
say
you
our
even said,
chain
you
was
even
fluff. I did.
you
I
you
did.
said, oh, Puka is not gonna go off against 49ers defense.
I did. I didn't say he was bad, but I said he's not gonna go. The motherfucker went off of 147. Now that fluff that you was talking about, Mr. Archain, that motherfucker was the 24th running back, and he was averaging 19.6 per game. That's fluff. So don't when I say you got the motherfuckers for pocket lint, don't do
Puka,
that. Now he got injured. He was
who
out for
knew?
a couple of games. His lowest scoring game.
His first two games was nothing.
No, yes they were. You ready for this?
His first two.
His game number 1, he didn't get in. He got no stats for 1. Week 2, he got 2 points. What did he get week 3?
Week 3 went off with like 50.
58, motherfucker. You don't do
I
no.
didn't
He
even
went out for
start him
50.
that week.
Don't
But
matter.
who knew? I traded for him week 1. I traded for him week 1 and I gave him the option. He had 3 running backs. I said, I'll take either one of them. You choose. Because I wanted Puka, the running back. He had 3 running backs on the team. I said, give me either one of them. You choose. I just needed another one to make the deal seem fair.
And you know what? Speaking of, like, a lot of deals, and this is where people muddy up the waters. We talk about, when people come in the chat room, whether we believe it or not, we always gonna come out there and say, "Oh, you got fucked." There's just sometimes the motherfucker be like, "That's a good fucking deal." It just all depends. But remember Watson? Remember the Deshaun Watson trade?
Yeah.
And I don't remember who you traded him to, but the league vetoed that trade. And I remember
let me. I remember that. And Gronk fucked me on that one.
Gronk was the motherfucker. He was the motherfucker. He was the ringleader. He was the spearheader of that.
Gronk fucked me on that one. I traded who, and he ended up having an MVP. That was the year Wentz went for the MVP year before he got hurt.
Wasn't it? It was Wentz. Was it Favre?
I traded Wentz and Deshaun Watson to your boy Nail for
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, and they was like,
Gronk came in there. Gronk,
I remember that.
Nail. I love this league. This league has been pretty fair, but Watson will never be as good as the A-Rod. And Wentz, we don't even know what the fuck he is. I mean, he's black. And then right after that, said, damn right, that's some bullshit. Then he popped on the trade. Wilson, I mean, everybody came in and eventually
veto. And what did you end up selling Watson for?
I was giving you Watson for Marshawn Lynch or some shit.
And a second round pick.
Yeah, it was. They had shitted on my deal. They shitted on Gronk. And then when I watched it all year, Watson went off. Watson fucking took off after the halftime of the first game. And every week for about 8 weeks before he got hurt, he played better and better. And nobody said a mother fucking word. No, I'm sorry. And Gronk's my guy. And I get what he was saying.
Shout out to Gronk.
Me. Gronk fucked me. Because everybody was going, people were saying, but when Gronk made that email, everybody thought, that's fuck that. Everybody, me and Wilson, that's when he was my wife. You goddamn right. Roy ain't shit. You ain't shit. And that was a good trade. That was a fair trade.
Oh man.
And
This is
y'all
what I'm
shitting on
saying, y'all. Hey, this league is amazing. Motherfuckers is fighting to get in this shit. We already know how you feel about the tank philosophy, but it's one of the questions that we gotta ask. So, what are your thoughts on the tank philosophy?
I don't think tanking is a problem. And I think if it's somebody in college that's good enough,
Mm-hmm.
first off, I think tanking is a strategy.
Mm.
So if it's somebody that you think is good and you not nobody nobody comes out in this league. To this point, nobody's came out week one and said I'm a tank because
I
this
give you
person in
that.
college is that good.
I give you that.
Most of the tankers had a tough starting schedule.
Mm.
Most of them. Moan, Lennox,
Lennox really
Wilson.
didn't have I don't think Wilson's ever tanked. As much as I despise him as a person and his political views, I don't think Wilson's ever tanked. Lennox, the world bitch, has tanked twice. Mona
Listen,
say he didn't tank, but that
listen,
motherfucker tanked.
here's the thing. I don't make all this stuff pretty,
Uh-huh.
but I put back line with these dudes.
Mm.
I put back line. I've been at one time. Wilson literally asked me, me and this dude got the same record. What'll happen if we finish this and this and that? And then I had to go and look and say, well, he beat you. He beat you. So if y'all finish with the same record, you will have what's called. But if you win this next game or if you win this game, then he gets to pick. So yes, he
Are
has
you
tanked.
are you going on record and saying that the Black Republicans has tanked?
Yes, they have him and first off,
Use a bitch
it was
like the rest of them.
no, first off, him and Gronk. It was him and Gronk. And I talked to Gronk, and Gronk was like, that's my plan to try to get the best draft pick possible. They had bad
Gronk,
years.
say it ain't so, Gronk.
They had bad years. It happens. Listen, tanking is a strat. Listen, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I say tanking is a strategy. But tanking, listen, the tanking is hard.
Is it?
It is.
Mm.
It's hard because this is a game. Fantasy football is a game of chance, of
Mm-hmm.
luck,
Mm-hmm.
of luck. So, like Lennox tanked the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
One of the years, Justin Jefferson had one of his best years ever.
Mm-hmm.
In 2022, Justin Jefferson almost had 1,800 yards.
Okay.
That's a season down the fucking drain. And I get it. He might not ever hit that again.
You might not.
So that's the thing with tanking. Like, you wasting good years.
I agree.
And so somebody doing it back to back or
I was gonna
three
get into
times in
multiple
a row,
tanks.
it's hard. You get like Lennox tank. Lennox got Bijan Robinson. It was good for his team.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't help him. I mean, it helps him, but it doesn't make him unbeatable.
No, obviously he went down and started tanking in week 6 like he always do.
It's not like he always did. He did
Did
it
he do it
twice.
once before?
He did it twice.
Then whatever the denomination is, whether it's twice or 10 times, what you've
Not like
always
he
done.
always
And so far, he's always done it in week 6. Anywho,
Tanking is tough. It's hard. It's a wasted season.
mm-hmm.
You get one player,
Mm-hmm.
but to get that player, like listen, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a great player. He should be a great player for El Patron.
Same way you CEH was for Wilson.
You want to let him lay that down. Listen, but it's just one player, and that one player could get hurt.
Mm.
It's a game of chance. So it's hard. This league is hard.
I give you,
This league is
you
hard.
stood.
And listen, this league is hard. Is very hard for some of us. For some of us, you can't do trades. Like
Mm,
like for I'm gonna be honest.
okay.
For Linux don't trust everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So when I've noticed just watching him play, it's hard for him to do trades. I don't know if it's just because he don't trust people or this
I'm
that,
with
but
Brandon. That nigga don't watch football.
he watch.
He watched. He don't watch sports. He watched Sports Center.
Lennox made some of the best draft picks in his league.
Oh,
He sees things. He sees things. The whole entire league shitted on Lennox about that Tom Brady trade.
true.
He, he was right. I mean,
Did
I
did
called
did
him dumb.
did it win it? Did it win him a chip?
No,
He
he was right.
we go. He might have been right, but we go back to what we gonna talk about this. The believe system. He didn't believe his bullshit because if you believe your bullshit, you gonna start them niggas. No, we gonna get on. But I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead, finish.
There
What
you
you
go.
say? We gonna no.
Was
We
he
gonna get
right?
into it.
Was he right
He
or
was
was he
right,
wrong?
but did he believe it?
He
Did
was
he,
right.
you even said it yourself, and don't backtrack, don't backpedal, nigga. Did you or did you not say, nigga, you didn't believe your bullshit? Did you not say those
No, no,
words?
no. He made a bad move.
Did you say the word, sir?
I might have,
Oh, okay.
but he made a bad play. Who ain't made a bad play?
We all have.
So it happens where you make
But
a bad
why
play.
make the trade and give up everything you got
See,
unless you believed in that shit? And when it came down to it, you didn't play it. So that
he didn't
says that at the end of the day, you didn't
play
believe
it,
that shit.
but that ain't that you going off on you going off on a different thing. We talking about him seeing things, him
Mm-hmm.
making moves. They and whether he believe it or not, or
Mm-hmm.
he thought this matchup was better for this week because
Mm-hmm.
of whatever the thought process was. He
He was
had those
right.
guys on the team. He made those moves, and he's seen it.
Mm-hmm.
He's seen it.
He seen it. I
The
give him
dude,
that.
like he makes some moves, and he. I'll say he don't watch. I think he watch enough.
Mm-hmm.
Watch enough.
I
He
think you
seen
watching.
Terry McLaurin before
Mm-hmm.
anybody was on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody seen Terry McLaurin. He
Mm-hmm.
got Terry McLaurin in the second
Round,
uh
yes. Second round.
made that trade with you. Got
Yes.
Terry McLaurin. I went after Paris Campbell. They both played on the same team. Paris
Mm-hmm.
Campbell was the guy that was supposed to have been the better one.
Yeah.
He never even was tripping off Paris Campbell. He was on McLaren from day one.
Okay.
And none of us seen that.
No, I got
Got a steal.
you. All right.
That Brady trade was beast mode. I remember you joked him about fooling him in the trade for A-Rod.
Mm-hmm.
That ended up winning him a championship.
It did. It did.
I watched a lot of this dude's secondary defensive plays
Mm-hmm.
pickups and this and that. He pick up defensive guys, plug them in there, and these guys are performing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say 100% he watching football, but he making some good moves. He led the league in scoring 2 years
2
in a
years.
row.
He did. I will give him that. And I give Lennox shit. But I will say this on air in front of the people. He does make some good moves. He makes some good GM moves, and I will say he makes as many good GM moves as he makes bad. And a back to back championship. At the end of the day, hate it or love it, that motherfucker did it, and it's in the record books. And you can't change it. You can't take that, and you just gotta own that. And anybody that don't like it, fuck you. He did it, including myself. So with that being said, I still think the nigga trash. That's me personally. He ain't did shit since 18.
This is why I like this league. I
Mm-hmm.
love it because you see people at their highest, see them
Uh
at
huh.
their lowest, see if they
Uh huh.
can get back to their highest. And that's why I love it. But listen, taking Chibo when he tanked, and it was, I'm gonna be fair to him. it was at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It was another team that was close to him, and I told Tebow, Barkley's coming out next year. You can either try to make the playoffs and
Or go
lose in the
get
first
Barkley.
round, or try to make the playoffs and don't make it and get the number 2 pick, or you could pull back a little bit, take these 4 or 5 L's,
Mm-hmm.
and get the number 1 pick.
4 or
He got
5
Barkley.
L's in the chat group is oh, that shit is hard. It's hurtful.
He got Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
But Barkley was a beast his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't why Tebow didn't win that year. But that ain't why Tebow won the championship when he won it. He won it because I think it was that same year he drafted Mahomes, and he sat on Mahomes for a whole year.
I remember that. Yeah.
Sat on Mahomes. He might have dropped him, but then picked him back up real quick. But he
Mm-hmm.
sat on Mahomes for a whole year, and then next year Mahomes came out, and I think that was the year he had 55 touchdowns.
Yeah, that
Which is
motherfucker was out there acting an ass. Shit.
Awesome.
So so I want to get into the strength of schedule and plans for the future. Do you think the strength of schedule matters? Yeah or nay? We're just gonna go ahead and move through.
I think it matters.
Okay.
I think it matters, yeah, because like I thought El Patron had a really good team,
Mm-hmm.
but he played some dog. I mean,
He had
he
the
played some
hardest
dogs his
schedule in the
first
league.
5 or 6 games,
Yeah.
and he was right there in a lot of the game. He lost. Then at a certain point with injuries and losing,
Mm-hmm.
it came to a point where it was like fuck it. But yes, strength of schedule matters because if anybody, for me, I know for myself, I had a run of 2 or 3 years where it seemed like I got everybody's best.
Didn't you ask for that though? A lot of people don't know that. For the world, tell them. Did you ask for it? Yes or no?
I said that and I was trying to hype the league up,
Yeah, but you said it right.
but I got what
The
I asked
true
for.
definition of be careful what you ask for, because like the next 3 years, this motherfucker literally got everybody's best game. Everybody. That's not a euphemism. That's not me stretching the truth. The stats show for the 3 years after, 2 or 3 years after that, that motherfucker got everybody's best game.
Yeah, and I survived it. It was tough though. It is tough,
Mm.
And you see guys like New Northsiders winning these bullshit ass games.
Shout out to
While
Chuck.
we're in dog fights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in dog fights with this motherfucking team. Just so happen to play the worst team every week. And his team, you know what I'm saying? I'm losing game. Or if I'm winning, 230 to 229, and he over there winning games where he only scored 180 and his opponent scored 165. That's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. It's tough.
Oh
It's
shit.
tough. I get it. Yeah. I listened to Chuck's interview. I get it. It makes sense, but it's still heartbreaking.
I fucks with that. Plans for the future. What you got?
Next fun. I want to win every championship and just secure everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I want to win every time and play with house money. Every time. I want to win
Shout out to
every game.
World Boss Linux. That was his line. I play with house, but I ain't
I
gonna
want to
stunt.
win every
That
game.
used to irk my sleeves, man. I ain't gonna. If I
But
heard for the
I
world.
want not everybody. Like I don't want Brian to win, but I do want other teams. I want other teams to win. Like I know El Patron, he just want one.
Mm-hmm.
I love El Patron. I love for Brian to win. You know what I'm saying? All these new guys was coming in. Like I want them Walker. Step the game up. You know what I'm saying? I like to see Big Lawrence. I'm sorry.
Little
I like to
Larry
see
ain't gonna do shit.
I like to see Big Lawrence do something. Bullyfoot has been good forever.
Yeah.
Him getting that due is great. And I thought I should have won this year.
Mm.
I lost to Brian, but
Mm-hmm.
Bullyfoot's winning was awesome. It's good for the league.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, as far as, I'm telling you that, like I said, I want to win. I do have, I want the league to also, Grunk. Like Grunk been grinding.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be awesome for Grunk to win one,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to win. I
Okay.
want him to win.
I fucks
That's
with that.
just that.
All right. Quickly, hindsight. Any moves that you made that worked out better than you thought? Anything that you was like, I screwed the pooch on that? I mean, you got a lot of, because you got a lot of things to choose from. 'Cause you are a trade motherfucker.
My biggest one,
Even if it's a draft pick.
my
Tits.
biggest one was the trade with Grunk. And like I
Okay.
said, I did that trade because I didn't want Brian
To get him.
to get Barkley. And I remember when Gronk came to me, he was like, nobody really gave me none that I like. Do you still want to do the deal? And I thought about it. And I was like, I really don't. And here's the reason that I didn't want to do it. I thought if I make this deal, it's over.
Uh-huh.
Y'all niggas done. And then everybody gonna be like, oh, this your league. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna do a deal with you because they scared you gonna kick them out the league if they don't accept your deal. You know what I'm saying? But I thought the deal, like, this is over.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do it. I did the deal. And I honestly thought I won that trade.
Mm.
Honestly did.
What did I tell you?
The consequences of that trade
Uh-huh. Might have cost
was
you.
right after I did that trade,
Uh-huh.
Ryan stepped his game up
Mm-hmm.
at CMC. And when that trade went down with CMC, Brian gave up a
A
lot,
lot. He ain't
a
gave up
lot.
that much since the Lindsey trade.
But what I immediately thought was, this motherfucker Gronk did not tell me CMC was available. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, shit.
Oh, Barkley, what are you doing?
And that launched him into the stratosphere. He got over like a fat rat on that.
Wait,
That
right,
sent
that
Brian to
was
the
that was a
second best
great
game.
trade, and it
Mm-hmm.
came through
For both of them.
the right time. That the CMC in that week 15 scored 47 points.
Mm-hmm.
I lost to him by 2.
Yeah,
And Barkley only scored 6 points that week.
it surely did. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, and then all the players that I traded him
Mm-hmm.
actually went. They were good players for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hicks has always been a good player, but he wasn't in my circle of trust.
Okay.
So it was like Hicks would have a good game, but I would still have to debate Pippen Jr. I still have to debate sometimes, do I want to start him? He wasn't in my circle of trust like Amari Rice. Amari Rice had one bad game, but it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't matter to me if he had one bad game. He was starting every time,
Every time.
anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Pitts didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
But the motherfucker, he had a fucking year this year. Like the dude was so consistent. Like he was better than Barkley, much better. And then some of the other guys that I traded with him, they stepped their game up too. And then like all the guys that Brian traded with him, they stepped their game up. So he made out. But if I take it back if I could, because Pitt's gonna play a lot longer than Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he made out.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get into these motherfucking teams. We're gonna go through this quickly. We're gonna start with the motherfucking North. We're gonna start with the champ, the Broad Street Bullyfoots. What
Now
you thought?
it's in my division.
You want
Oh
to
my
start? You
God.
want to start with the South? Shit, start with you.
Yeah,
You was first place
how
in the
to
division.
represent the
What are your
South.
thoughts? What are your thoughts on? Hey, shout out. Hey, at the end of the day, everybody, it's been a long stay. If you're not in the chat room, you need to get in the chat room.
Ah,
All roads to the championship go through the South. Got to. It's always been that way. I didn't make it that way. That's the way the shit go. But all roads to the chip lead through the South. So, Team Commish, you was first in the
I'm the
division.
GOAT. I'm the GOAT. I'm the best. I'm the best there is. And I'm gonna continue to ride this dynasty that I built. So I'm
Okay.
bringing everything back. I'm the best. I take pride in it.
Okay.
I've been chasing Linux for a long time to get
Mm-hmm.
it. Brian won't give me my credit as the GOAT.
Uh-huh.
But me and him had a little some talks here and there. He ain't gonna give me my credit, but
Mm-hmm.
he know
You
I'm
know
the
what it is.
motherfucking GOAT.
And we're gonna talk real quick about your set, your the co-championships. We're gonna go ahead and get this out on the record for everybody. So you'll go ahead and give your synopsis, and I'll chime in on the co-championships.
Listen, that year, the
Hamlin,
more
Hamlin.
Hamlin died on the field.
Uh huh.
We was in the game. I was down big,
Down
but I had
big.
5 players going that game.
Mm-hmm.
Happened early in the first half. Uh, could have conceded. I
Mm-hmm.
could have. I'm not gonna lie. I could have conceded, but I fought for my team.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't giving it. I just wasn't gonna give it up.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't gonna give it up because I felt like, hey, I could have had a miracle happen. We've seen
We've
miracles happen,
seen, yeah. It ain't
and I
over till
felt
all the
like,
zeros is there.
yes, I just didn't want to give it up. So I fought for it. We came to a decision to go
Mm-hmm.
with the co-championships.
Mm-hmm.
That year, that championship, if anybody was in the chat or anything, you did your thing. You got the most accolades for that championship. But I fought for my team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking that championship. I don't give a fuck. I
Mm-hmm.
don't give I won a single crown, this and that. I,
Mm-hmm.
I do some bragging on it, but that was your year. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't giving it back.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my championship. I got a championship. I got 2 championships. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. People try to say, oh, it's 1.5, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
It's a championship that
Mm-hmm.
I won in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, no NFL game for as long as the NFL's been going on
Mm-hmm.
has ever stopped in the middle of it
True.
and then finished. So
Mm-hmm.
that was a one-off. It
So the one
happened.
off.
You roll
And
with the punches.
and I'll say this as men, we came to it and we said, hey, and I agreed with you. You know, a miracle could have happened. We've seen it. We've seen it at least 4 to 5 times just this past season. I
Yeah,
remember beating said in a game where I can't remember the running back, but somebody fumbled in Chicago in like the last 40 seconds. We saw 3 games this year that ended in the last 40 seconds. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: we came to a decision. At the end of the day, it was either going to be no champion or we came to consensus. At the end of the day, I can't take the possibility away, even though he was down big. So at the end of the day, the record is straight. So our motherfuckers can go ahead and talk their shit. Now you got it out there. Now, you City Lions, your biggest rival in the league.
this is yeah. Listen, I got a ton of respect for
Mhm.
the Lions. They are my biggest rival. A little backstory: the ass kickers and World Boss used to be the best rivalry in this league, hands down.
Shout out to the world
They
boss.
used to be the best, but then you went off because you wanted to complete this, win a title in every division.
It's
So
gonna
then
happen.
y'all rivalry has weakened. But since Brian came into this league in 2018,
Mm-hmm.
me and him been going and we built around. I even put that stat out there where since 2019,
Mm-hmm.
his team or my team been in the last game of the season, whether the hype bowl or the title game, what we used to call
Mm-hmm.
the title game or the hype bowl. One of us has been in a championship
Mm-hmm.
game every year
Every
since
year.
2019.
Shout out to the U City
This
Lions.
is
It's true.
one of the biggest fucking rivals in this league. It's the biggest rivalry in this league. That motherfucker, he do trades just as good as me. His teams be just as good as mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's always a fucking threat.
Mm-hmm.
And dude's a good player. He really is good at this shit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Listen, Brian is going to toe the line
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
of getting over.
Mm-hmm.
As much as you let him, he
Mm-hmm.
gonna take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, so I'm gonna again. I've been accused of not asking the hard-hitting question.
Go ahead.
Do you think that's a possibility that Brian was running two teams at one point?
Listen, Brian, Brian paid for Big Lawrence to come in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Big Lawrence would do whatever Brian wanted him to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the where I get this from is undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
It's undeniable. Left the South to go to the East.
East, yeah.
Brian followed me
Yeah.
because he got his cousin
To
to
switch
switch
with
with.
her. Mm-hmm.
I comes back. Now when I came back, I got somebody I made up, the switch with somebody else. The
Uh-huh.
next year I came back. Brian gets his cut. All of a sudden, his cousin,
Wants to move too.
yeah. And the year he won it, he made about 4 or 5 trades with his cousin. Some of them was good. Some of them
Someone
was
was
sketchy.
ridiculous.
But every time he went to his cousin, it was a good. But when anybody else went to his cousin, it
Oh, it
was
was
it was a
fucking.
no.
Oh, wow.
You know
Now,
what I'm saying?
I want to
So
clarify something real quick, and we're gonna move on to the next. We'll move on to cheapo burgers. Do you recall a comment in the chat group? Shout out to the chat group where little Larry came in there, and he was this back when we used to get on the phone. We'd be like, get on the call, and motherfucker said, "I didn't do that trade. BJ did that. Did that happen?"
ah,
Ah.
I vaguely remember we getting on a chat and he said something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's vague. I can't say I'm 100, but I do remember him saying some stuff on the call. Yeah, I believe Brian until we made it. I believe Brian definitely was using Big Lawrence to
as
fill
a
in the gaps.
as a what they call them
Yeah, like
scout team.
the Mac trade. There was
Uh-huh.
a lot of suspicious trades that he made with his
Mm-hmm.
cousin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we had to put our foot down,
Okay. We're gonna,
and
we
it got better since then. But
yeah.
we did have to put our foot down because it was getting ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Moving on.
said,
Mm-hmm.
he'll push the line as much as he can.
As much as he could. I fucks with that. Shout out to the U City line. Chivo Burgers. The guy that grew up
T-Bone.
across the street. Real quick before you get it, how far back do you remember Big Wheel days? I mean, how far? Would you remember the day you met Chivo?
I don't.
Okay.
When I met Chibo, when I really little story time.
Story time. Gotta
Chibo
love it.
them, Chibo them used to be on Chibo porch,
Mm-hmm.
and when we was little, like Chibo got 2 older brothers that's some assholes. Okay,
Uh-huh. Shout out to Perry
Yo-Yo
and
Terry. Yeah, Yo-Yo
Yo-Yo.
and Terry. When they was younger, they was some assholes. So you couldn't really go on their porch and kick it with them if
Oh
when
shit.
because me and Chief, like growing up in hills, that everybody had an age bracket.
Uh-huh. And everybody had an older
Tebow,
brother.
Tebow was technically not in my age bracket, but
Mm.
he technically was younger than the older
Older
kid.
kids.
So he was like the little kids to them. Chibo was like somewhere in the middle, but he hung out with his brothers because he was
Mm.
they, he was
Mm.
their brother. But his brothers was older, so we couldn't fuck with them. Like they get y'all little ass on down the street. And Chibo was with them, you know what
Shout
I'm saying?
out to
So we couldn't,
Yo-Yo.
yeah, we couldn't hang with them. So those were like my first memory of them. Like that's Yo-Yo and Chibo them, but we can't go up there on their porch and kick it with them because we too little.
Mm.
So as we got older, we started playing football with them,
Uh-huh.
because we was old enough to play with them at that point. And then that's kind of when the bond started with
Mm.
Tebow. But when we was, 5, 6, 7, 8, we couldn't even they had like the little wood part on that.
Uh-huh. You could
We
go
couldn't even
back.
sit on that, man. We couldn't sit on that wood, man. We were too young. Like Rico and all them could sit up there or go sit on their steps and talk. They wouldn't let us get y'all little young ass. You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't. So it was like Chibo was might have been close to our age, but he hung with them.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Hey,
all
shout
right,
out to the OGs.
that's Chibo.
Rico, Mike
Yeah,
Kissar, hey, them off Q,
exactly.
Yo-Yo, Perry. Hey, y'all was the motherfuckers that shout out to my motherfuckers. So going Chibo Burgers on this team.
Chibo got a good team, man, and Chibo gonna be a problem. Chibo gonna be a problem. Give you another little story time about Chibo,
Mm-hmm.
and this is something that I don't like about Chibo. Chibo a real humble dude, like
He
real
is
humble.
very humble.
You know what I'm saying? And it burns my ass. Burns my ass. Like fucking hate it. And I know I can't confirm this, but I'm 100% guaranteed this happens.
Mm,
Whenever I call Chibo out, which I love to do, I
you do.
call him out all the time. Whenever I call him out, I know when he proved me wrong in
Mm-hmm.
his head or his little moment by himself, he'd be like, yeah, Roy.
Fuck Roy. You remember that? You remember the hashtag days earlier? Everybody be like, "Good morning, fellas." Fuck Roy.
Yeah, I remember that. But like I'm saying, I know he do it. He'll
Mm.
never admit it, but I know he do it, and it pisses me off.
Shout out to motherfucking
So it
Chibo.
fucking pisses me off that he proved me wrong. And then like when I talk to him or I
Uh,
call him after he done proved me wrong, or he on a high street, here you go. Yeah, man, we did good, but
oh,
we could have did better, you know. Like, shut the fuck up, you motherfucker. You know I just called you out. You know I just called you out. Won't you go ahead and give it to me? But nah, Mr. Humble, dude, yeah, we did good. We straight, you know what I'm saying?
and shout out to
Yeah,
Humble Brian too. I like Humble Brian when he come in that motherfucker.
that was me. It pisses me off, Mr. Humble. It bothers me.
I bet. The world boss, the world bitches, but we gonna call him the world boss because it's your interview. When it
It's
mine
my
too.
guy, man. I'm gonna tell you, look,
Mm-hmm.
Lennox is great for this league, man.
Mm-hmm.
He is great for the league. Lennox got some of the greatest one-liners in the chat.
Lennox is a funny dude. If you're not in the chat, you need to get in there. Lennox is a funny dude.
Yeah, man, Lennox, to me, I when I went once we went dynasty,
Uh-huh.
Lennox is the reason we went dynasty. I ain't gonna say the reason we went dynasty, but everything that's happening in Linux is what I wanted to happen in this league.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen this dude at the highest of the high.
Mm-hmm.
Then I watched his team crumble. I want to watch and see if he can bring them back. But I always said, like, you gotta, because he drafted great. That first draft he did with Evans, Thomas, Gurley, it was great, and it was nice, and we had to eat that shit.
We
We
did.
had to eat that shit,
Mm-hmm.
and the shit played out perfectly for him. It seemed like the first 2 years he
Mm-hmm.
won. You know, he did the Brady trade
Yeah.
and that was shit, but then he had to fuck up in the playoffs. But what I love about this league is we seen this dude, the greatest of the great. This dude we was calling him the GOAT. We was giving him all his praises. This dude his resume it's still top notch.
It is.
But now he at the bottom. And he been there for 2 years. And we seen Gronk. We didn't see Brandon. They pulled their britches up and got the fuck out of there. So now it is. I'm enjoying watching to see
The fall of Babylon.
If he can do it. If he can pull it off.
Can he?
I don't know.
Ah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I want to move over to the north.
I don't know.
I don't know either. The north, we got the champs, Broad Street Bullyfoots.
Bullyfoots is a good player. I met him actually when I was on my little Fitbit journey.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I met Bullyfoots, man. And Bullyfoot's been good in this league since day one. He made the playoffs pretty much every year except for 1 year.
Yeah.
And but Bullyfoot was never until this last year with Tyreek just going off every year. Bullyfoot was like he good, but he the team you want to play first in the playoffs because that's a guaranteed win. That's a guaranteed win.
Bullyfoot has never beat me.
And to be honest with you, the shit played out so perfectly. If Bullyfoot is the 3 seed, the 1 seed, or the 4 seed,
he done.
He done. He got that 2 seed.
And Brian wins the championship.
Brian beat me. So with us doing the reseeding, he got to play
Brandon. No,
was it Brandon? He played Brandon. And that week, both of them had a bad game. And he just ended up winning by 3.
Yep. Yeah.
He just ended up winning by 3. They both had. Everybody else had great games, but they was the luck of the draw that they played each other.
Yeah. Sometimes what you say, sometimes you win. When you win, you lose, and sometimes you lose, you win. We didn't talk about salary cap, but salary cap is we talked. We already know where we at with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and get through. So you got the people's champ, Brandon.
My guy.
Your dude.
That's my guy. Listen, Brandon is my guy. Brandon is the only person. When anytime a new person come in,
yes, he's the only person you treated decent.
No, I got a reputation that precedes me. So anytime somebody new come in, I test them, and I test them with a multitude of ways. You know, everybody always tell
sharks in the
watch out for Roy, watch out for Roy. And what most people try to do is they try to go wit for wit with me. And I love it. Like, because now I see you want to show you can outdo me. So you gonna do some shit. I'm gonna show you this how you trade. I'll make up a title. I'm the trade king. And then what they do, they want to show that they can do better trades than me. Or I'm the draft king. Or I'll show you I can draft better than you.
I'm the draft king.
So I'll make up something just to say, and you outdo me. And like right now, we'll get to him, but Sparks Bucks, that's the guy.
Lord hate.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show Roy.
Remember that year?
I tried that with Brandon, and Brandon's. It didn't work. And you know what I'm saying? He stayed who
Brand.
he is
Yeah.
with all the, he talking little shit back, but he wouldn't make no moves. Like I'm just trying like just do something. Half the time I'll say something just to see how you react because I want to see what kind of moves you make.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed the course. So I realized that shit ain't gonna work. Let's just see how this go. So I left it alone. And like I said, Brandon, he made some draft moves.
Uh-huh.
Outside of drafting CD Lamb, he passed on Justin Jefferson for, I think,
Rieger.
McFarland, Rieger or
It was
McFarland.
Rieger.
It was both of them. Matter of fact, I think he
Uh-huh.
had 2 picks back to back. He made some He took J.K. Dobbins
Dobbins.
over Taylor.
Yeah.
He made some terrible moves. Lennox used to just
So
jab him
what
with
I'm
the
hearing is you
shank.
saying his eye test is trash.
It's just the draft.
I,
Listen, the
I, I,
draft.
I,
Sometimes you make bad moves in the draft. I'm not gonna kill him, but my thing is he ain't let that deter him. And
uh-huh.
his team, like he had a plan, and he said, "Give me 2 or 3 years to
Mm.
figure this shit out, and I'm gonna be there." And he right there, and I give him like,
All
dude,
right.
dude. I look at his team going into next year.
I
He
hate his
gonna be a
team going
problem.
next year. I don't.
He
Uh
gonna be a problem.
Not really. Black Black Republicans.
My guy, that's my guy. Me and him been through the wars. We
Yeah.
been through the wars. And this is what I'll say about Wilson.
Is his
When we
team
first
trash?
started, when we first started,
Mm-hmm.
Wilson was real good, and I didn't want to give him his credit.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to tell him, "I'm gonna steal your style because you
Mm-hmm.
winning. So I'm gonna
And I
do everything you do. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna put my own little twist on it."
mm-hmm.
The one thing I remember the most, and I said I'd never do this because it really pissed me off. But after he said it, it seemed like he went on a downslide. And he said, "Man, I really feel bad for Roy. I feel sorry for you."
Mm-hmm.
It pissed me off. But since he said that, he been ass, except for maybe 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, Wilson got a long way to go. His team is trash. He went on, he went on a little hiatus from
That's
being
what you're gonna call it.
he went on that hiatus because he was losing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Kaepernick shit came off. Then
Mm-hmm.
he just, it was Wilson's funny.
Mm-hmm.
If he winning, he's engaged, especially in the chat, this, that, and the third. But he can't handle losing. So when he start losing, he get real distant from the chat. And that
Mm-hmm.
was that with him.
Yeah, you
So
made it safe for that motherfucker to be around. Uh
you made it safe for him.
Shut up. New York City Matrix.
Say it. Say it is ass.
Really, nigga?
We all know say it is ass. But my biggest being, the reason I call say it out is because say it actually used to be good.
Mm-hmm.
But he's fucking ass now. So it's like, dude, what the fuck? Man, I'm gonna tell you what the fuck was wrong with Sid.
Mm-hmm.
Sid wake up on Sunday fucking morning.
Mm-hmm.
We done picked over all the food. Then he make his fucking like he fucking said fucking no. If he don't make his fucking move on the first day,
Mm-hmm.
by the time everything is picked over, you
It's
gonna get the
trash.
fucking trash.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, he busy. He got his life. Get it. I don't tell none of these cats to choose the league over your real life. It's some Chuck, my cousin,
Uh-huh.
Chuck, Walker. All y'all niggas busy. Y'all got lives. I get it. This, that,
Uh-huh.
and the third. Y'all got shit going on. Y'all can't put in the work as like y'all saying I'm putting in this and that, but I'm just letting you know if you don't put out take 5 minutes on a goddamn Tuesday night to look over who's to pick, you gonna get the garbage that don't nobody want, and the results show. Like said team is fucking trash. And he been doing this for the last 2 or 3 years. I watch him. I know when you putting in your claims. I see on Wednesday morning who didn't made the claims, who didn't do that. Then I'll see on Sunday morning at 12:57, said picked up this guy and threw him in the lineup last minute. And then that guy did him 6 points. That's why you 2-14 or 2-12.
I just want to say for the record,
trash.
I want to say for the record, you didn't have the same energy for Black Republicans' trash ass team. I just want to say the record.
Yeah, his team is. I said his team was trash.
No, you didn't, but now you just did. Okay, thank you.
You have to go back and check. I said he got.
I mean, it's gonna be on the thing. So we moving on to the West, up in that work.
It's my guy Jeremy. I met him when I was in the Navy. Jeremy doing some big things, man. I don't know if me and him talked that he might not be coming back next year. He doing some big things. So, but we ain't nothing official yet. But that's my guy, man. Jeremy be putting in work.
Okay.
He done won the West a lot of times. Jeremy,
he's consistent.
When he own it, he own it. He got his philosophy. Jeremy like running backs. He like to pound that shit down and throw. Jeremy, a good dude. Like when we was in the Navy together, Jeremy was a motherfucking top-notch seller. Like straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Jeremy, man.
We used to work in there. Everybody got to do a little bid where they work in the kitchen and shit.
Mess hall.
They threw us in. They threw us down in the gutter. But Jeremy motherfucking ass, that motherfucker, he was up there with the fucking officers. Living the easy life. Like we in this motherfucker washing dishes, scrubbing floors. This motherfucker up there with the officers setting tables and doing a little sweeping. He come down, but the thing about Jeremy's cool as a motherfucker. He'll come down there and rap with us, but we knew this.
Yeah, we're like, all right, y'all.
Yeah, this nigga, I'm like, this nigga up there with the big dog. We on this motherfucker work. But I mean, it was all love, like we get things. Jeremy was, he was cool. He was no nonsense type nigga though, but you know what I'm saying? He was always buttoned up, like always buttoned up.
That's what's up. Shout out to Brendan. What's up with the Gronk? What's your thoughts on the Gronk?
Man, I think the Gronk is a top-notch running back away from winning his first title.
Josh Jacobs on the block.
Him and Brandon could be in a championship game. That's how much I like both of their teams. Gronk dude was missing Tank Dell and Mark Andrews this year.
Yeah.
He get both of them back. If Dak come back and play like he played, like only thing maybe if Chubb come back, you know what I'm saying, and is at his form, maybe. I think all he needs is a running back. I
think Ford might be that guy. I think Ford that Ford pickup is
good. I don't know if he that guy though. I think he good. But that's why I say if he got I'm working.
Always.
He got 2 picks. He do got 2 picks. So he could draft a running back. But let's say I'm working. Let's say Barkley go to a team like the Texans or wherever, the Chargers. Let's say and he become that dude. Gronk might want to trade for Barkley back. It might not cost him as much as he thinks. Like have to give up a few draft picks here and there. Get Barkley back with that team he already got going.
Ooh, yeah, you always working, you motherfucker.
No, I'm just saying, I think Gronk could win it all.
I think Gronk could win it all too. Hurricane Walker, the rookie.
on Rick. Are we gonna address what happened in the chat room with Hurricane Walker? You
It's your
addressed it on
show.
your thing.
I addressed it on his show. That was it's your world. It's your show.
So talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
So me and him had a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Say we had a falling out. We had a falling out about that. Me and him was trying to do a deal.
Mm-hmm.
He made a comment about my spelling,
Mm-hmm.
which is you do that shit too.
We
And
college
it's a
educated
trick.
men. It
It's
is.
a trick. And every time you do it,
Mm-hmm.
I say the same thing that I said to him.
Yeah.
That's the shit. You doing the shit that the Facebook bitch is doing.
Uh-huh.
Come to find out. Now that was my trigger. Come to find out, saying bitch was his trick.
Uh-huh.
So he got tricked.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. My point, when he did say, whoa, don't use that bitch word with me.
Uh-huh.
At that point, my point was to let him know, I ain't call you no bitch. I wasn't disrespecting you. But what you did
Mm-hmm.
is what the Facebook bitches do. And I could have
Uh-huh.
said, oh, the Facebook girly women or the Facebook women, maybe that would have been better. After he said, don't use the bitch word with me, I could have said, you got it. You got it. But I really wanted to let him know
That was
I
a trigger.
wasn't using the disrespect wasn't towards him.
Mm.
But I'm an aggressive shit talk. And
You are.
we in the chat. We in the chat room.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about the chat, that, and that's why when you say if you're not in the chat, you need to get in the
You need
chat.
to get in the
The thing
chat.
about the chat is everybody can't be in the chat because we talk. It's the thing that pisses me off about the grammar shit is we amongst fucking men in the fucking chat room.
Uh-huh.
We all got man hands. So we spell something wrong, or even if we spell it right, but use the wrong thing, we fucking in the chat room, figure it out because I don't need the fucking grammar police up my ass because I use their right.
Uh-huh.
So I always get mad at anybody who be correcting
He
you
does.
included.
Yeah, he gets on my
About that.
motherfucking head.
But we talk. It's the thing. We in the chat and we talk aggressive.
Yeah, we are men.
Sometimes that shit. Listen. Sometimes it crossed the line. Me and you fell out. I crossed the line. I kind of knew I did. Shit happens. You have a bad day, this or that. You cross the fucking line. I get it. I get what he was saying. Where don't use the bitch word with him. I understand. And I should have told him, like, I should have told him, I get it. But at that point in time, I want to let him know, I wasn't calling you a bitch. But that fucking grammar police shit, that's some bitch shit. That's how I feel. I'm not gonna fucking apologize for that. I'm not. I don't fucking like it. So yeah, that's my trigger. The bitch shit, your trigger. I get it. And like I said, I should have motherfucking but this the fucking chat. And then the word bitch is gonna get used sometimes.
I use it every day.
Room, the chat is the most egregious chat room. It's some shit said in this fucking chat room. And just to prove my point of how fucked up this chat room is, because it's really fucked up. But this the chat room. So shit gonna get said and you can't take everything so personal.
Okay.
Because it's so bad in this fucking chat room. And I'm not gonna put anybody out or even say how bad it is other than it's bad. But I will say this. A beef started between you and Wilson.
Okay.
You pissed him off. He contacted he lives in Florida. He contacted the Missouri State Board of your job.
He contacted the Missouri State Board of Nursing. Yes, he did.
Of nursing. And his grievance was the fucking chat. Now, You can laugh. We can laugh and say he didn't. He really have a fucking leg to stand on, and at the end of the day, he didn't.
He did it.
But I would say this: the chat is so fucking bad. You did take precautions to protect yourself just in case.
Oh yes. Yes.
Know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you the chat is ridiculous. I'm not gonna say who we go off, what we talk about, this and that. There ain't
if you're
nobody
not in there,
but it gets crazy in the
it
chat,
does.
and some shit that we would never say out in the world is said in the chat. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So this is my public apology to you. This is my public apology to Chuck. Like, yeah,
You own it. It's
could have
cool. We
pulled
moving
back on
past that.
some shit. I crossed the line on some shit, or you set a
But
boundary on some shit. I get it.
we good. I get
So
it.
the chat, and sometimes you gotta give some grace because the chat is fucking. It
It's
just
just
goes down.
it goes down. It
It
does,
goes
and I give you
down.
that. I would definitely give you that. And it happens. Shit gets said, and but cooler heads
And
prevail.
also, this is just my public, this is my opinion, and this ain't got nothing to do with your boy. But also, I don't think he wanted to be in the chat anyway, because before this shit went down, I was calling him Mute Walker because he would never show up in the chat. So it's been a little public, it might have been a little pressure, not like pressure, but it was like, they keep asking for me in the chat. I'm gonna show up. Then when he do show up, I cross the line or whatever his thing. You know what? I'm fucking gone.
The thing
And
about it, I'm gonna say this, y'all.
I'm gonna just play the fucking fantasy without going in there every day or every other day, this or that.
I actually thought he was gonna do better than 5-9. He tied a shine record. I'm gonna say this, y'all. The reality is the chat room goes down, and it's a lot of stuff and Roy's right. Everybody not. I pub up the chat room. I think because a lot of trades do start there. It start with some shit talking. And remember that day, Lil Larry came in there and was like, "I want Geno Smith." I'm like, "Ain't nobody selling your ass, dumbass Geno Smith." Shit, what was it? 6 hours later, motherfucker.
Good happen, but it do go down.
It does.
Like I said, sometimes.
And I tell people, Roy is a good dude, y'all. He's a math. His goal is to push your buttons to see how you're gonna react. And this is not, me trying. This is me knowing him. This is me knowing him for a very long time. He's always pushed, but he'll know that it's a sunny day. He'll be like, "Shit, nigga, it's finna rain." Just to if you're like, "Nigga, you don't see the fucking sun out there?" He'll be like, "Nah, you don't even see that rain coming." Just to fuck with you in your mental. He just does it, and he's good at it, and that's just the truth on him. He's a good dude. He's good people, and I love him.
My thing with appreciate them. My thing with Walker, I think. Listen, I think Walker is 2 years away from being 3 years away.
Oh, wow, that is fucking crazy. I got Walker making the playoffs next year.
I know.
Do you know the difference in him and Chibo was a difference of 4.2 points a game. The strength of schedule was a motherfucker. I'm not gonna get into that. We got time. We're gonna move on. But your boy El Patron, Mo.
Now I want to go back to Walker. I got some more working with Walker ass.
Okay.
This is why I say he 2 years from being 3 years away. He got work to do, and Walker play this game.
Mm-hmm.
Walker is not a dynasty guy yet. He's a redraft guy. I listened to his interview and I thought he's got a redraft mindset.
But we all did.
And that's why I say he's 2 years away from being 3 years away.
I'm gonna say this. I was gonna say this in my interview.
He don't pay attention to his defense.
Okay.
He damn sure don't pay attention to his offensive his special teams. He worrying about his quarterback to his fucking flexes.
Mm-hmm.
His defensive guys, he just let them sit there. Hey, this is a good guy. I like the name. I'm gonna just let him sit there. He got like he ain't got to that point yet where he realized he got to put in that work.
Okay.
And if you go back and look at him, we mentioned this in the chat room. 20 moves ain't gonna cut.
Really?
Like, I had the most moves in the league.
You did.
You was around
Probably
85.
5. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you go look at the teams that was winning, the teams that was almost made the playoffs to the teams that made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody doing 20 moves. That's waking up on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he was on bye.
I hate when you make a fucking point. I didn't look.
Oh, he was on bye. Let me make a move because he was on the bye, and I'm gonna just do this, that, and that. Like the good teams ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And he the team he started with in September is damn near the team he ended with in December. He didn't make no quality moves when there was quality moves out. There was gems out there. I know we got a lot of teams in free agency be looking short, but
salary cap gonna fix that.
I don't know. I
It's
think
got
the
to.
salary cap. Honestly, I think the salary cap gonna expose the guys that don't make moves. I think the salary cap is gonna expose them more.
You think so? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, just like you almost. I was gonna say this is my one thing that I hated when you went dynasty. I wanted you to go dynasty the year early. I was gonna say this for mine, but I remember I ended up it was the Tom Brady suspension year, and I got Tom Brady. Everybody was drafted there, but Tom Brady was there in the 4th, and I said after his 4-5 game suspension, he's still gonna be fucking Tom Brady, and I had him, and that was the year. I think I placed 3rd or some shit like that. And then the next year, you was like, we going dynasty this year, and I'm like, well, why don't we do it this year? He's like, nah, I'm scrapping everybody, and I was pissed. Because I think the trajectory of my team. I had Brady, I think I had Lynch and some other shit, but that's not even for me. But I fucks with Hurricane Walk. I thought he was gonna do better than the 5-9 that he did. The previous owner was Sean. Well, did he get Sean team? No, he got
He got his bill team.
he Hell's Bell's team and Sparks Bucks. Sparks Bucks did do a better than Sean. So move on to El Patron.
It's my guy. My guy Ramon. Got a little story time, Ramon.
It's your world, man. This your interview.
My nigga Ramon. Tell you about first off, that story he told about me doing the basketball at 7:00 in the morning and this and that. What Mo didn't tell you was I'm the basketball guy.
You are.
Everybody know that.
Everybody knows that. If you weren't playing basketball, you were skating. If you wasn't skating, you was playing basketball or Coach K.
But the reason I even started doing that little between my legs, walking up and down the street, is because his punk ass brother,
fuck Rico,
was like, yeah, you play basketball all the time, but you can't even dribble like this. And at the time, it was like 3 or 4 houses. He went like 3 or 4 houses going back and forth through his legs, back and forth through his leg. And then when it was my turn to do it, I only did it for like one house. He did it like for 3 houses, and I'm supposed to be the basketball guy. And they made sure he made fun of me about it. That's why I be like, fuck Rico.
Fuck Rico.
You know what I'm saying? So it was Rico, the reason I even was doing that shit.
Fuck Rico.
For real. Fuck Rico. As far as Moan and his squad, man, Moan is my goddamn guy, man. You know what I'm saying? His team always getting hurt though, man. Yeah. He got the hurtest team. But listen, one thing I like about Moan is he like to outsource advice. So anytime something going down with Moan, best believe he got these services. I know I'm not the only one, but he got these services that he he hit up and say, "What you think about this? What you think about that?" And so we get the, you know what I'm saying, those services, tell them what they need, what it is, and then Moan to go back and do this, that, and the third, what he want to do. One thing about Moan, here's the little story time, and Moan might not even remember. Oh, he remembers it.
Okay.
Moan ain't a fast dude, but he pretty athletic. I remember when we was kids, man. We used to play. We had this one game we used to play because we had to figure out games playing. It was the Olympics.
I remember the Hood Olympics.
Yeah. So we do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they make up shit like jumping off fucking roof, doing a backflip on the mattresses and shit. And I couldn't do that shit. Mom was good at that shit. So he win that bitch. He get his little gold. His brother was like the fucking judge. He get his little gold medals and this and that. But then it come to the fucking running part. That was my shit. I already knew I was bringing home the gold. That was my shit. And we had this one little event where we started at his house, went around 69th Street, all the way up that street, all the way down. First person come back to the house on our street is the winner. So we start off going, we running, we going, we hit the alley. I got a little lead on Mo, he behind me. I'm like, I got this nigga. I'm finna get my gold medal. This is my motherfucking event. Get on 69th Street, Mo back a little farther, killing him. Get down to the end of the street, I barely see Mo. Come around, go back through the alley. I'm coming up 68th Street. Mo now, nowhere in sight. This is my goal. This is my shit. I get 3 houses. 3 houses from the finish line. I look back, I don't see nothing. I fucking turn around, and this motherfucker is in front of me, about a house ahead of me, running towards the fucking
the finish line.
Hey, I know you cheated. Like, you cut through the fucking door.
He did. And
he crossed the fucking finish line. I'm great. I'm trying to catch his ass just so I can still win, but I ain't catch him. He wins. We get across the finish line, and guess what his punk ass brother do?
Give him the gold medal.
He award his motherfucking brother the fucking gold medal that I never got. That's why I be like, fuck Rico.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna jump into the story. Like I said, we hear this family, and this interview going long, but it's well worth it. How many times? And this is your payback, I'm sure, because Mo told me the story a million times. I wasn't there, but I remember the Hood Olympics. Now, how many times did the Hogan family bus pull up on the block, and you looking at Mo as y'all load that motherfucker up? You want to tell the people?
My daddy had a bus, and we take these little family trips
to Detroit, right?
We load up the bus, and then my dad take off, and we like go. We used to go to Little Rock.
Yeah.
When we go to Little Rock, I'm gonna be outside. It was a full fucking bus.
It was not. Everybody was on there. Beanie, Ching, Tutu, Shell.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how he had it. He had a full fucking bus. He parked it in the driveway. And we go on trips. And then, like, sometimes we go up. Like, Mom wanted to ride and go, but we was literally going out of town. His mom was one finna let him go out of town with us.
Yes, she was. Y'all was next door. Don't do that. You hated on the nigga. So we moving on. Hey, Mon, I got your back, cuz. I know what it was. We know what it was.
Mom was not gonna let him go out of town with us, man. Like,
shout out Miss Lois. Rest in heaven, baby. We love you. Oh, man. Y'all motherfuckers wild. We moving over to the east, dog. We're gonna start with your cousin, my cousin, our cousin, Chuck motherfucking Hogan.
Chuck. Listen, Chuck, my guy. Chuck, old school. Now, as far as his team go,
Mm-hmm.
I, I expect Chuck to be competitive every year,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't expect Chuck to win.
Mm.
He just one of them teams where you look at and you be like, yeah, he look like, yeah, he gonna be good. He has his runs during the season where he looked super unstoppable. Like
Mm-hmm.
when Henry going and
Uh,
and the white boy Cup going,
Cooper. Shout
Cooper
out
Cup
Cooper
going, and
Cup.
all them cats is going. Chuck looks good, but Chuck team always missing something. If it ain't depth, it's a quarterback or it's something. It's like it's something he missing. And I like to call him out. One thing about and this is something that I always known about Chuck. When you call him out, he
Mm.
usually gonna respond. Like Chuck heart, at heart, Chuck is a football guy. I used to go over Chuck's house.
Mm.
This nigga used to like all he wanted to do is play fucking Killer Man. He know I don't like football.
Mm.
Right. So I have to now I'm over his house, so I gotta placate to him a little bit and be like, we'll play Killer Man to the 21. Three
Mm.
touchdowns and that's it. And this nigga just want to tackle me all the fucking time. And then it's hard to tackle him. Then he had this fucking dog in the backyard, this fucking black chihuahua that was fucking dangerous. Like, I love dogs, man. I fucking love dogs. I'm rarely scared. It's only a few dogs I've been scared of my whole life. Ramon had one, this fucking crazy ass German Shepherd girl, Zale. I think her name was Zale.
No,
That
no.
bitch
Who's
was
the other
crazy.
one? Who's the Akita? Damn, I can't think of.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he
Mo.
had them
Yeah.
cheetahs, but it's not like Zale.
What
Even
was the
Mo,
Rottweiler they had? What was the Rottweiler?
fuck that rock. Listen, fuck that Rockweiler. And and I had listen, I had a fucking Labrador that went up against that Rockweiler 1-on-1.
uh,
The Rockweiler used to whoop my dog's ass, but it was just one time. This fucked my dog and that Labrador that went up, and my dog slammed his punk ass down to the ground.
Shout out.
Won the fight. Listen, and Mo gonna say, "Oh, that's a tie." What the
Oh
fuck is that?
shit!
Listen, growing
Hey,
up, anytime one person said they won and the other person said it was a tie,
the tie
you
nigga, the
the
one that lost.
motherfucker. Exactly. And my dog went, my dog whooped that dog. Fuck that Rockwild. My dog whooped that dog ass.
Oh man.
Listen, they had a lot of fights, and he won most. One time, I had two dogs. That motherfucker handled both of them, the boy and the girl. He was trying to fuck my girl, and the boy was like, "Nah, that's my bitch." He whooped my boy ass. She tried to help him, like, nigga, you can't whoop his ass, and he whooped her ass. Like,
Oh shit.
it
Hey
was
Mo,
embarrassing.
the comment sections is open, dog.
It was embarrassing. He whooped both their ass, but that one fight, he got him back, and that's all that matters. But anyway,
Buster Douglas
Chuck, back
knocked out
to Chuck,
Tyson.
back
It
to Chuck,
happened.
back to Chuck.
Chuck.
Talk my nigga. So we used to play football, but then Chuck knew I played basketball. So he'd go play basketball with me. And Chuck wasn't a basketball player. He'll tell
Mm.
you, I don't hoop, I don't hoop. And this all gonna make sense at the end. Chuck, even though he didn't hoop, this nigga developed one of the sickest bank shots
Mm.
I'd ever seen. And it took him time, it took him some time, and he would keep going playing, even though he was a football player, he kept going playing basketball with me because I like to play basketball. I didn't want to fucking play football with his ass. So he'd play basketball. And over that time, that motherfucker developed the thickest bank. I mean, it got to a point where it was money,
Mm.
like real money. That nigga
Shout
bank
out to Chuck.
was gangster. So when I called Chuck out about his dinosaurs and this and that, I know listen. I know what I'm doing. This motherfucker, he gonna try out. He don't like being called out,
Mm.
and then he gonna let you hear about it. Because like I say, I used to beat him in basketball like every time we played. then it started getting harder and harder. And he let me know, oh, that bank coming along. I figured it out.
Mhm.
I know
Mhm.
my spots. And you know what I'm saying? It got to the point where we be running full court against other people, and niggas be like, that's the bank guy. Get him.
Hit him.
Get on him. And he don't even play back like a nigga. I'm the fucking basketball player. You go at me. But
Mhm.
niggas like that fucking bank is money. Chuck was a beast. Like
I
a
love
beast.
that. I love
So
stories
I
there.
calling him out because
Mhm.
I know he gonna respond to it.
That's what's up. Moving on to the ass kickers.
The ass kickers.
Mhm.
That's your squad. I'll be honest with you.
Mhm.
I'll be honest with you. I like humbling you
Mhm.
because you talk a lot of shit.
I do.
You talk a lot of shit. And me and Mona had this conversation before
Uh-uh.
where you'll talk some shit and some kind of way that shit work out in your favor. And it is. Like the shit ain't supposed to work. I'll be honest with you. The Jordan Love shit. I had
Mhm.
Jordan Love. The
You
Jordan
did.
Love shit was not supposed to work out. The
I'm gonna
Jordan
be
Love.
very honest with you. I did not think Jordan Love was even on the block. I didn't think he was. I thought he was untouchable. So when he came in the thing, I was like, "Oh shit!" But continue.
Got Jordan. Look, I actually the year before
Hmm.
because he hadn't played for 3 years. I got him off
Not
free
the
agent.
trash heat.
He was just standing there, yeah.
Hmm.
But listen, Jordan Love to me, Jordan Love hurts. They they wasn't supposed to work out, and they fucking did.
You
And
gave me the business on Hurt. You gave me the business on Hurts worse than you gave me the business on Lamar Jackson.
but they weren't supposed. I had a feeling Lamar would work out,
Hmm.
but I thought it was going to take a little longer. Hurts and Love, I did not think was going to work out. They worked out. There's been other shit. I remember talking to Chibo. This wasn't even with you, me and Chibo, because me and Chibo go over some shit about what happened. And I remember you picked up Darius Leonard. And I remember Darius Leonard. I remember telling Chibo, motherfucker go pick up this linebacker named Darius Leonard. I don't even know what the fuck he is.
Hmm.
Like Maurice just be doing some bullshit. And over the next
What, 2 years he was the number one
season,
linebacker?
this motherfucker was killed. You know, the fucking Denver running back.
Oh, Lindsey, Philip Lindsey.
Man, the fucking Jacksonville running back.
J Rob, James Robinson.
And with that, which was crazy because he wasn't supposed to be the guy. I was listening to a radio. He wasn't supposed to be the guy, but the dude, I can't even remember his
The
name,
African
caught
dude,
COVID.
uh oh, this what I remember the guy was before him because
There was
Linux picked
another
him up.
guy. There was another. No, I had him, but he caught COVID, and that killed him. Lennox picked up the other dude,
Hmm.
and then he was the free agent. Like it was just like some of the moves. I get it. Some of the moves you get, and I really do be like my criticism. Don't be bullshit. I'll be like, nah, this shit ain't gonna work. And
Hmm.
then me and you will go back and forth in the room,
Hmm.
and it works. It do. I get it to you. But I
Hmm.
do be wanting to see you get humble. I do want to see you be
Hmm.
wrong. I,
And
I do. But
you do a good job of it. You probably one of the better people at doing it. And I got to give you that. And that irks and burns my asshole. Moving
but
on.
I like y'all. I do like the Lennox versus you rivalry as far as y'all teams go, this and that.
Hmm.
And of course, I rub the ribs, this and that. But listen, 2022,
Hmm.
all your moves, all your players, they all came together as one.
Hmm.
And you had that little thing in the middle where it was like, but then you got back on track towards the end of the year. You went to playoff, and it
Hmm.
was lights fucking out. It was lights fucking out from about week 12,
Hmm.
maybe week 11, I believe. It was lights fucking out. And I'm watching you. I'm like, God damn. And that shit continued. Not only the last 3 weeks of the season, it continued in the playoffs. And every those 2 weeks, it just was putting up big numbers. Big numbers. Waller was hurt that year,
Yeah.
but everybody else, Jacobs, Adam, Waddle was having like some games like goodness fucking
26,
great.
27, 24.
Yeah, St. Brown, all them guys was just
That
beasting.
was the same team that I lost with. I didn't make the playoffs with. I'm gonna say I'm gonna do this, and this is in the middle of my segments of my team, so I'm gonna say this. Listen, we're a bitch. If you come, you good. Saying it on the air, saying it for the world. Don't nobody know what that mean but us, but we know you go, you good. Uh, moving on. Sparks Bucks.
Sparks, I got the Sparks
Lord
Bus
hate.
Sparks Bus tried to go in on me
Mm-hmm.
doing the thing. So let me tell y'all a little story about Sparks. Y'all call them Sparks Bucks. I like to call them Sparks Buyout.
Oh, that is a true fucking shot.
Here's why I call him that. He gave y'all this little story that I had to see how the league was going. I need to step away for a little while, but now I'm back and I'm coming to do my thing. That ain't how it went down. That ain't how it went down. This is how it went down.
Mm-hmm.
Brian won the second team because he
Mm-hmm.
wanted to bring in his cousin.
Call it what it was. He wanted the second team.
He won the second team. Whatever, the penny pinch off his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Brian put the offer out there. He'll buy anybody team for $50 if they want to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a couple of people, told them, "Hey, this guy's selling. He won't buy a team. If you want to sell your team, he'll give you $50." I
Mm-hmm.
went to a couple of 2 or 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
They all told me, "Nah,
Go get fucked.
I kind of like what this league is doing. I want to stay in it."
Mm-hmm.
3 people. I kind of like what this league is going. I like what we're doing. I just want to, see what happens. Goes to Sparks Book. Said same thing. Got selling the team for $50. You know what his next response was?
What's his cash out?
Bet. No, it was bet.
Bet.
That was his next name. Bet. Then he said, wait a little while. Then he said, I'm gonna get that money. And so that's when I don't know they did the V more whatever. He gave the squad up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. He looked at it as a free league, $50 profit, Sparks buyout. It had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with Chuck. This nigga took the money.
Roy setting the record
Like he
straight.
said, everything's for sale,
Mm-hmm.
including this goddamn team.
Maybe even you.
Sparks
Yeah.
Bucks. Listen, Sparks Bucks is not a threat. Bucks is not a threat. And I'll say this. I'll say this to the rest of the league.
Uh-huh.
He will do business with y'all. He will not do fair business with me. That motherfucker. Listen, I've seen him do some bullshit ass trades on his end. And I've seen him do some trades where he did good for himself. But anytime I talk to him, whether it's publicly or even behind closed doors, Sparks Bucks be on that bullshit. He was like that before he left. He was like, I seen this motherfucker trade Brian. When Brian got Julio Jones,
I remember
he
that.
got some Sparks Bucks for some bullshit. But
Lynn.
when me and him had that same talk about Julio Jones, this nigga wanted my whole motherfucking team. He gave it to Brian for a fucking piece of lint.
Pocket lint and a hand job. That was it.
Motherfucker. So it's like when he say he got it out for me and Chuck, this motherfucker got it out for me and Chuck.
Okay. All right. Last one, we got the Missouri Kings. What you got?
Big Lon. Big Lon's still growing up, man. He's still growing up. And Brian be influencing him so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I will say he do like me and him made some trades, and them
Mm-hmm.
trades, one trade
Walker
actually was really good for him.
and
The Walker
Ramondre.
trade where he got Ramondre and
Ramondre
Good.
and
The
Goodwin,
Cook
yeah.
trade last year didn't work out as great. Maybe Cook
Mm-hmm.
make a bounce back this next year. I don't know. Didn't work out as good. But Brian don't like none of the trades he do. He did the trade with with Lennox
Uh-huh.
Wilson for McBride.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, the sister, the GM of the year.
Yeah, he tried to lie and say his sister told him. His sister did it. Whatever.
And I
We know
remember you
that.
went back and you was like, nah, it's too many fail safes. She had to accept too many times.
Yeah. But the trade, listen, I honestly think because he had just lost Goddard because he wanted Geno.
Uh-huh.
So I honestly think he wanted a fucking tight
Tight
end.
end, yeah. And then Brian got a hold
So
of it. It was like,
and I'm not even trying to be funny. When it happened, and this ain't no 2020 revision, when it happened,
uh-huh.
I actually thought Linux should keep fucking
McBride.
McBride.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I thought about that because me and Chibo had just talked about McBride, and Chibo was like, I wonder if Lennox gonna trade McBride or if he gonna
Mm-hmm.
drop him. He was hoping he drop him. He's like,
Right.
if he drop him, I'm on him.
Right, right.
He was like, I would ask him to trade, but Lennox be on some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, I just said I'm gonna leave it alone. And then he ended up trading him, and I'm like, that's crazy. Me and Chibo were just talking about
Mm-hmm.
it. And damn, he took off. I think Wilson is a good player, but
Mm-hmm.
I still take what's called Big Lawrence. Big Lawrence needs some help sometime. And it ain't nothing wrong. I don't care if Brian advise him, and if he take every advice that Brian do. It's just
Be your
they
own man.
when I didn't check them, they got out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can do trades, they can do this, but it was getting out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason listen, he won. Brian won his championship. I ain't taking nothing from him. The reason I let it, because you wanted to stop it
Mm-hmm.
way before it got to where it was.
Mm-hmm.
My ego got involved. I wanted to say, you did all that with your cousin and y'all still
Still
lost.
lost. Mm-hmm.
But it didn't happen. He ended up winning.
Mm-hmm. Shit
But
happens.
it happens. But it was a legit, it wasn't him and his trades. They contributed, but Sean punk ass is the reason. And that was a legit deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I called Sean a cheater about it, but it was a legit deal. It was
Uh-huh.
just Sean is trash. Sean was a trash ass owner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this has definitely been fucking enlightening, and I hope y'all really enjoyed it. We ran long, but this is well needed, well deserved, and you get a real insight into the man that made all of this shit happen, to the man that brought us all together, the man that had the vision for where we are now in this league, and it's so competitive. You're gonna have your top four, and you're gonna have your bottom four, but you got 8 motherfuckers fighting for 4 spots. And I remember you saying, that's your vision, and you are realizing and seeing your vision, and that shit is happening." So, your last words, take the people out.
I just want to let everybody know, hey, next year, bring it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to win. I know y'all trying to win. Hey, leave it straight. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, as far as anything else that's around the league, you know what I'm saying? For real, it's really all love. I don't
Hmm.
take none of this shit serious. As far as I go, a lot of the stuff I do, I just want to see your reaction to it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see
He
if I
gets me
offer
every
you
time.
this, how you gonna react. And I'm taking note of everything. Got y'all might have a lot of shit going on. I make a little time for the league. I make personal time. So I'm watching all your moves. I can tell you why you lost. I can tell you why you won. So I just want to let cats know. Y'all might not be worried about what everybody's doing, but I see what you're doing. And I know why you're not winning.
That's what's up. Well, with that being said, on behalf of myself, Big Mo, this has been a great time. We're gonna say shout out to the motherfucking team commission for a great interview. Thank you, sir. And we gonna ride out this motherfucker. I'm gonna say peace. I'm gonna see you motherfuckers at the draft party if you come through. I'm gonna see you motherfuckers on the field, and we gonna do this shit. But we out this motherfucker. Peace.